Okay. Give me. I need a little bit more dirt over here. Yeah. Can you give me some gravel? All right. Need some asphalt. We're paving these streets out real good. Yeah. Bring the concrete. Yeah. Tell them to bring the concrete truck on over, man. All right. And as a matter of fact, when you're done, we need this road painted emerald green. Okay. Emerald green. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters, stepbrothers and sisters, your grandma, your grandpa, especially grandpas. My grandpa, you made it to Smithsonian, baby. I love you forever, man. Forever. I had to skip that and give respect to the grandpas and grandmas. If you're an aunt, if you're an uncle, if you're a grandchild or a great-grandchild, I don't care. Bring your whole family reunion in. Rep where you're from. I don't care if you're from the caves, from the backwoods, from the wilderness, from the Amazons, to the rivers, to the countries, to the cities, to the towns. You can be a mayor. I don't care. The county cross line, your city, your state, your nation, your continent. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to come out here on Di-RRec Gaming. And for that, we are forever grateful. And we're going to get it down upon the crown in these Xbox streets. I want to give a shout out to the one and only most powerful Xbox chat room in the universe, the Di-RRec Gaming chat room. Yo, it's been busy. We've been hectic. I know we've been out of commission longer than what we were supposed to, but we've been taking some breaks, enjoying some nice weather and some family, but we could not wait to get back to y'all. What's going on, Six Slayer, my number one comrade in the building? What's good, baby?
What up, man? Yo, we ain't did this for a while. Like I said, I've been missing out on a couple engagements, but you've been doing it solo dolo yourself, and sometimes you're teaming up with other homies, and it's good to see. Although you've also been doing these Twitter spaces lately. Sometimes I'm there, sometimes I'm not, but the times I'm there, those are some of the best times I've had on Twitter spaces, because Twitter spaces I started to associate with mad toxicity, because that's all I would see in the headlines in the Twitter spaces that would pop up on my phone. But shout out to PK, Everborn, and countless others from a week or two back, where they put up they started up a real positive Twitter space, just about trying to squash the beef, but apparently that didn't work out because things got worse. But yo, shout out to yourself, Legal, with all that stuff you've been doing on Twitter spaces. It's a thing of pride to be on there with you, yo. We doing some positive things out there, but there's still some negative people who try to take that to spin into a negative. But that's what they always do. But other than that, man, Xbox has been busy as hell. Yes. From every angle you could think about. We can't even listen. I don't have a lot of time because at 8:30 prompts, so in the next half hour, I got to be out. So expect a lot of us speaking over on things that we just remembered all of a sudden that we were talking about, because there's just been so much that's been happening in the past couple of days alone, and definitely since the last time we was on. So without further ado, man, let's just start backwards from what's been going on, I guess.
That's right. I'm gonna give Sick the mic because I'm gonna probably be with y'all a little bit longer. But I want to give a shout outs before I give the mic over to Sick, and whatever Sick don't cover, I'm covering tonight. I'm just glad to be back. We got Technoblast that's out. He's out with family. Beast of Truth, I want to give a shout out to. The Realest One, I want to give a shout out to. And Marley Mafia, I want to give a shout out to, man. And the King, I want to give a shout out to.
Stone King X, although now Sonic.
And Stone King X, that's now Sonic, I want to give a shout out to. So, man, with that,
and one more thing. Cedric X. Cedric, aka Thomas Franks. Happy birthday, good sir. Happy birthday. But yeah. So pass me the mic there, homie. Legal?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm ready
Oh,
for you
okay.
to go, bro. Passing the mics. I'm throwing them at you. I'm
All right,
throwing
homie.
them
I
at you,
got
bro.
it.
I
I
just want
got
to
it.
say, yo, Rain
So
G4, Zero Requiem, we in here. The
what up,
streets,
homies?
we back. What's up, Sick?
What up? What up? What up, fellas? So, yo, let's start backwards and we'll see how far we can go back in time. So the most recent thing is once again the Dolby Vision. This time it's out. It's out publicly. Out publicly. Dolby Vision for gaming. Halo, and we've said this many times before. A lot of people thought we were pulling this out of our butts because it was hard to go out and look that piece of information up. But Halo native Dolby Vision, it will be there. Dolby Vision is now up for everybody to get. Meanwhile, in the alphas now they're getting something new. Okay. So Legal will be right back. So I got the mic the whole time. So all right, that's cool. So yo, Rain G4, if you would like to hop in, yo, let me know. You can come on tag team with me for a little bit there until Luke gets back, at least until I have to leave. You can stay on when I go. But yeah. What was it there? Yeah, so Dolby Vision is up now. Now the new thing in the alpha is the 4K dashboard. Once again, Xbox, yo, leading the way with the advanced features and technology being leveraged once again. Man, it's kind of tough to do this by myself. Jeez. Yo, there's been a lot of people out here in these streets talking a lot of stuff, man. So Perfect Dark, yo. That's particular. And I don't understand why they do it like that, yo, because it doesn't make sense. It happens in their situations too, and then they want to act, moving the goalposts again. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the Perfect Dark and the Initiative, yo. And we talked about this on Dragon's Den yesterday. We talked about this last week, Friday. Yo, games cost a lot of money to make. They take a lot of people. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to make a game, and it takes a lot of people. No studio by themselves, by the staff that stays on between games, is large enough to make any of the games nowadays that we consider AAA. Most game developers are kind of like nomads. They might be working for Ubisoft on a project. When their piece of the project is done, years or months, however long it took them later, they could be moving on to a completely different company. Maybe even moving up where they live to go work with that other developer or whatever. And, the artists, all types of stuff, all types of dudes like that, men and women who do this, they move around. They're not beholden to any one developer. So now we have people complaining that the Initiative, I forget the head name, but he used to be the head of Crystal Dynamics. Now, got a new project. You're done in the planning phases. It's time to hire people and start getting to work and implementing the vision. You need more people than who you have on deck. Who do you call first? Who do you call first? You call the people you know, the people you've worked with, the people you know can do the job because you've done previous jobs with them. You call them first. That goes for almost anything, not just video games. I know it's like that in life. If I have a project I'm doing, that's how I do it. The people I've worked with before. Yeah, I worked with him. I worked with them. Hell, it's been gamified in GTA 5. Those missions in the single player. You got to pick who does what. If you use the same people over and over and over, hey, they level up. So the next job you use them in, they do better. It works like that in real life, but at very least, the level of work you can get from them. And as I said, the head of the Initiative used to be the head of Crystal Dynamics. So obviously he's going to call on them first. But folks is out here running their mouths, saying all types of clown stuff. And it's real stupid. Like, how do you sit here and expect a development house to make a game with only a few hundred people when it can take up to thousands of people to make a game. You know, Crystal Dynamics and the initiative alone is still not enough to make this new Perfect Dark. There's going to be artists and all types of people who are contracted for a certain number of months, maybe a couple years, and they have a segment of the game they are responsible for. Okay, mostly artists and stuff like that would more likely to be the ones that are in the nomads, because the art and stuff is done first. All them textures and all of that, that's done early on. So when you're tweaking the game later on, like we see in Halo now, we see these textures now, how sexy they look. You know how old those textures are at this point in development? They've been had those textures. Have we been privy to see them? No. Right? Now we're seeing them. So those guys, most of their jobs are already done. Those guys are working on other things. Remember that I believe the guy was Chinese. I don't mean to misidentify where he's from, but dude put his opinions up about the development of Halo Infinite on some Chinese blog, and they tried to spin into some other direction. So why was he able to do that and already working on some other project? People tried to spin it like he got fired. No, he already finished his part. Now his next project is with another developer. He's not working with 343 anymore. He was contracted for his certain amount of time. He did his part already and he bounced. And I guess he put some of his opinions on things on a blog, which weren't even bad opinions. Once again, people tried to spin things. So now you look at, David VGS, what's up, homie? What's up? So now, back on topic there, Crystal Dynamics is on board. There's going to be more people that are going to come on board. A legion of artists and stuff. If they don't really have those people already, they probably hired them first besides developers. I don't know how that goes, but I can only know from logic that makes more sense than anything else. You need the people to implement. But these PlayStation fans want to spin it into 2,000 people. 2,000 people worked on The Last of Us, but when active development is starting up on Perfect Dark, we had a whole nother developer is helping out. Now it's a problem. Where have y'all been for the past decade plus with Call of Duty? Call of Duty has been out here. They have multiple developers. They used to tag team them. Treyarch and Infinity Ward. They used to tag team. They would, alternate games. Now they do one every 3 games, but even then they have multiple other teams that are helping them out. There's multiple developers. If not, I could have sworn I read that basically all developers were on deck for Call of Duty Vanguard, this new one that's coming up. It sure doesn't look like it with some of the things I've seen, with some of the issues I heard and have seen of. But I mean, and see, it just goes to show game development isn't easy. COVID is a problem, but people like to spin narratives when the facts. Why is anybody falling for this? Why isn't the press out here talking about this? Like setting the facts straight. Why aren't there the real journalists? Because there's one or two out there, like Jason Klepek, I think his name is. Well, now he's not as honest as he used to be when he first started. When he first started, I believe he was real young, like 18, 19. He was a young kid. I could be completely wrong, but I remember seeing him on the One Up show. So go look that up on YouTube. You'll find the One Up show. You'll see when he first started doing industry reviews when he worked for EGM and stuff at oneup.com. You'll see he was a young kid.
Yo, I'm back, Sid. Good job, baby. I'm back, fam. Good job. Keep going, baby.
Right. So what I was saying was, there have been people in the press who can go out there besides Jason Schreier who will, well, I must admit he's a good journalist. He seems to pick and choose his times of posting out stuff, for a certain narrative he's trying to push. I mean, you could be dishonest with the truth too, and I accuse this man of doing that. But anyway, back on point, why are the journalists not talking about this kind of stuff? Why are they not clarifying and putting it back out the facts when all the fanboys, the prod.
Can the chat
Range
room
G4 is
keep me up
correct.
on what Sick is saying? Y'all text me. Yo, Rain, let me know what summarize
Oh,
what
the only thing
Six
I
was saying so he
talked
got to
about so
repeat himself.
far is the perfect dark thing with the Crystal Dynamics and
Oh yeah, that's
and the
huge.
initiative.
Okay.
That's big. Before that, I talked about the Dolby Vision real quick.
Oh yes.
That's out for everybody. And now in alpha, they're doing the X Cloud is in alpha, and the 4K dashboards is supposedly in alpha. But some people I've been hearing on Twitter who are in alpha, they tried turning it on and it wasn't coming on for them. So maybe there's been some kind of confusion. But we know the cloud thing that's built in the dashboard is out because our homie 100, he has access to it, and he tweeted some clips showing it in action. Tom Warren from The Verge, he's done that too. So I think I actually had skipped off about
for
that.
showcasing. I'm gonna be showcasing tonight too, man. I got to do a video. Yo, we next gen over here. Good
No
stuff.
doubt. The Xbox keeps doing that. So back let me wrap up this other thing I was talking about with the initiative. You know, it just goes to show the press isn't really talking about it. It's closely related to the other thing we were saying. This doesn't feel like victory. Doesn't feel like victory, even though, in my opinion, I feel Xbox must be winning. They're always out there doing things, more games, more of what I want to see. I'm still happy I don't have a PS5. I still don't see nothing I want, although I've seen more of things that I definitely will be playing in the future. So eventually, if I was to grab a PS5, I know I'll be playing those things. So actually, the situation has improved since you've heard from me last, and I have been saying that. But still, overall, if I had the opportunity to buy a PS5 right now, and I do have the money on hand to buy one right now, I wouldn't do it. I don't think it's ready yet, but it's definitely gotten a lot closer than it ever has. This is true. But either way, the Xbox has been hitting it out the park, and people try to act like it isn't. And the press really isn't speaking on it, so it doesn't feel like it. But in my opinion, it really is. And the press really isn't talking about, clarifying this misconceptions that's going on. But there is one great article from Forbes. Yo, they're the ones who said this is back when the game first came out, The Last of Us 2. They were like, yo, over 2,000 people worked on The Last of Us 2. And I'm going to paraphrase the end here because I don't remember exactly, but it feels like they did more people. That's some shade to show you, over 2,000 people. And meanwhile, you want to talk about how the initiative and Crystal Dynamics, or oh geez. Legal, can you take over a second?
Yeah, no doubt, man. Look, I'm gonna probably jump in probably where he was not at, but I just want to say shouts to the whole fan base out here of Xbox, man. You guys are ahead of the game. Our tech is ahead of the game. I'm very impressed. Listen, if you and I know that there's a lot of people out here, right, that don't have 120 hertz TVs or monitors yet. Don't fret. And there's a lot that don't even have an Xbox Series X yet or an S, but don't fret. Now is the time to get your investments up. I so happen to have a TV that has Dolby Vision and Dolby Atmos because I invested. I wanted those aspects. So now it's paying off for me. I do not quite yet have the 120, but I'm coming with something special with that. I think I want to do something different for the first time in my gaming history. So I'm coming up with something kind of special, and I'll be showing y'all that later in the future. Whenever I get finished with what my idea for next gen gaming is with me. But you have time to build, put some money back. I know, I understand. We're in a pandemic and times are hard, but I don't want anybody who's an Xbox fan to miss out on these great specifications because, man, this next gen stuff is for real. And it's a whole nother level because I felt it, I've experienced it, and it will be hard to go back. You will not accept mediocrity in your gameplay. You won't. You won't. You don't want to. You're gonna always want to feel some type of excellence. And for all those that do it, that are already experiencing it, all I can do is salute y'all and keep pushing it, keep showcasing it. Let people know that this stuff out here is real. Um, yeah, man. If Game Pass gets Marvel versus Capcom 2, I like that. Didn't even think about that, but yeah. We also know that they got the Avengers as a Game Pass exclusive. So now it is what it is coming to Game Pass for free. I mean, of course, again, something special about having Game Pass now. We knew that it was suffering from a lack of a lack of engagement. Um, it it is not appealing to the masses as it should. I beat the game. The game wasn't was the game was I was it was a good game. It wasn't garbage. So I'm looking to play the Wakanda with the Black Panther. I'm looking to play that little expansion that they got going on right there. Um, that standalone, I think standalone expansion. I don't know how long it is, so don't get me the line. But whatever it is, I'm definitely going to be playing that. I see that the realist was trying to get on in. Let you talk, brother, because I got a lot to say today.
I should be in there, huh? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine, brother. You crystal clear.
No, I was just saying I should be in there because it doesn't show them backstage. But yeah, man, I mean you're right because we got a nano 95 and a CX, and then once I got the CX, I heard about the C1.
Forgive Eli for his mic. He said he's still at work, but we can hear you, brother. So don't worry.
Oh, is it real bad, bro?
No, it's not. I just want
Okay.
people to know that it's that's what it is. If you hear something, keep going.
Yeah, I'm on the headset, man. But
keep going.
But no, man, it almost doesn't make sense to upgrade to the next gen if you can't fully experience everything it has to offer. I mean, the Xbox One X is still a good console if like TVs and monitors aren't in your budget. But it really doesn't make sense to make that upgrade if you can't make the upgrade to your television sets, because you got more and more 120 frame games coming. VRS is coming. Doom is one that I know off top that already has it. VRR has already been implemented. So I'm with you, man. I suggest that those who can go ahead and do it. I mean, you're not really going to be able to take advantage of everything that the system has to offer with old television technology.
That's correct, man. And look, there are going to be over 100 next gen HDR titles optimized for the Series X and S that will feature Dolby Vision in the future. But right now they got 10. And right now, from what I know, and I've tested them, I've looked at them, man, it looks ridiculous, man. I mean, you can tell Dolby Vision from just the regular input of your television. That's another format in itself. So if you got Dolby Vision, it's its own. It's just a software put into your TV. But these are the 10. These are the 10 or around the 10 that are available right now in Dolby Vision. F1 2021, Psychonauts 2, Microsoft Flight Simulator, Gears 5, Borderlands 3, Immortals Phoenix Rising, Marvel The Guardians of the Galaxy. So that's not even out yet. Will Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War, Dirt 5, Metro Exodus, which now I thought I had downloaded, but I'm gonna go back and finish downloading that because I gotta beat that game. So I've been beat all the series, and that's all that's including the Dolby Vision support for right now. So, they look good, man. That's all I'm gonna say. If you don't have it, you don't know what you're missing out on, man. I thought Forza Horizon. I thought I saw Forza Horizon 4 using that. So I guess that's going to be one of those games that are going to come out in the top 100. Because I mean, I thought I saw that when they were actually advertising Dolby Vision on Xbox. They were playing that game. I could have swore they were, but I went to go check, and it's not on there yet. It's not on there yet, but I'm pretty sure it will be.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, the list is going to keep growing. I mean, it's still new to the platform. So is it like an alpha thing right now, or is it for everybody?
No, it's in. It was in alpha before, but now it's in. It's in, man. And it's doing good. I mean, seriously. I mean, it just, on my TV, it notifies me right on my screen. So the Dolby Vision symbol pops up on my screen to let me know that it converted over, and it's going to run it in that format. So I don't have to wonder because my TV will send the actual signal. It'll send it out to me and make me see it visually. So it's pretty cool, man. I'm gonna do a video on it and show people where to go, look at the settings and stuff because I'm pretty stoked about it, man.
Yeah, because I had the 4K dashboard, but I don't know, man. Whenever I put it in the, I guess what is it, Insider developer mode, it gets kind of goofy. Like certain things don't want to work. It freezes up a little bit, so I took all that off. But it was kind of cool to, switch from games without having the TV flicker off and on.
Right. No,
You know what I mean? Because it didn't bother me at first, but the more I have it started to bother me.
Yeah, it wouldn't bother you at first, but I'm telling y'all right now, man, I'm looking at it and it's phenomenal, especially with the lights out, man. With the lights out, it looks real good, man. It looks real good. So I hope everybody invest in what the Microsoft ecosystem can deliver. I know there's some TVs out there that may not have it, but they can still push out some good stuff. But try to at least get something else that you can see to reap these benefits. Because it's worth it, man. I'm telling you, it's worth it. My eyes isn't lying at me at all.
That's why I brought up the Nano. Because for a 55-inch TV, I only paid $800 and something for it, and it does everything. It has the 120, it has the 2.1, it has everything. It's not as pretty as an OLED. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not as pretty. I'm just gonna say the blacks aren't as deep, but it's still a nice TV.
Yeah, that's not
Eli, what's up, realize?
That's not a deal breaker, but I would go on 55 inches. I can't go on to 55 inches. 55 inches and up. 55 is my minimum. So, for at least in gaming, 55 inches is perfect. Like that's a perfect screen. And
I actually like it smaller.
65 inches, 65 inches is more for versatility. You want to watch movies and gaming. I get that. Then you get up, when you get beyond that, 77, 85, I mean, it just depends on the person. But to me, my serious gaming, I want it at around 55 inches.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good for shooting games. I'll put it like that.
Yeah, all around.
When you start getting those big old TVs and you have to look around and scan the whole.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. See, it's about how far away you sit from it, right? And how large it is. So in 06, I bought a 37-inch Westinghouse. That was one of the first 1080p displays from any brand, right? And the price was right. It was like $1,000, right? I paid $1,024 with shipping, and that shipping including after tax and everything with shipping, $1,024 even, right? And I had that here until like 2015, maybe 16 or 17 actually. More 2017, right? 37 inches with a big fat bezel, 37 inches, and I would sit. It would be on my computer table where I'm sitting right now. And now I have the 55-inch. A 55-inch is the biggest I could definitely put if I'm sitting and it's like a computer monitor type of distance, right? But 65 would be great. 55 and up is great for a couch, right? But if you want a big screen where you have a big couch where it's not just 3 people, maybe it's 4 people, then maybe a 77, 85, whatever. But that's some end game type of TV. If like when you have, a theater room or like a room where you watch your TV at, and when your house is paid and you're old and retired, you do that. Like I have that dream to do that one day, and really have a big screen. But 65,
right, you buy a TV for the size of your room. That's all it is to it.
Right. And generally 55 and 65 fits that, no bigger than that, unless you really try and do that end game TV.
Unless it's just a movie TV. I'm just saying that I can't do games bigger than 55.
Yeah, gaming TV got to be smaller. I feel you're right. But if the room is big enough and you're far away enough, the bigger one is fine. But yeah, it's always that distance.
That's true. That's why it could be. That's why 65 is that sweet spot, because it gives people the movie if they want the movie, and it gives people the gaming. But I'm with the realist or anybody else that knows that serious gaming, I go 55 inches. That's gonna be with me when I'm seriously gaming. I need my 55-inch screen. That's just
But
me.
I almost bought the 48 LG. Like when I had the money,
That's nice too.
and I decided to
Yes.
get the OLED
Yes.
that I have now. I went looking for the 48, but the 48 wasn't out yet. First they had the 55, and the 48 came later. And so this was 3 o'clock in the morning. And yo, don't make buying decisions late at night like that. Although this was a good choice in my case. And I was talking to somebody in the DMs on Twitter, and I said, man, I don't know if I should just wait for the 48 or splurge and just get the 55. He said, do it. Yo, I said, all right, I did it. As soon as I did it, I regretted it. But now having it, yo, at computer monitor distance, when you're sitting in a gaming chair or whatever, and it's like a computer table right in front of you, yeah, 55 is dope. But no bigger than that. No bigger than that. Smaller than that is cool. Like the 48 would have been beautiful here. But I really like the 55. But the 48 is nice. Smaller up until, is cool too. The closer you are when you're at computer when you're
it's true.
distance.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes. 55. So you treating a 55 like a monitor?
Yes.
Ooh, all right.
Oh, you wait, man. I got an ace up my sleeve. Sick nose.
So okay, I'll put it like
man. I'm about to do something mad different, man.
On the Dragon's Den. On the Dragon's Den, you might notice on my camera shots, sometimes it gets dark. If you notice, like I said, this is what I use as a computer monitor. What I do is I'm sitting in front of it. You guys have seen me. You see, the red and black of my chair behind me and my blue walls and stuff. So my lights are never on when I'm doing the Dragon's Den. What I do is I open Notepad and I maximize it. And that white light is enough to illuminate me. Anytime you see all of a sudden it's not my turn to target and all of a sudden I'm looking up and away and all of a sudden it's dark on me, it's because I'm browsing the web in between. It's my turn to speak, and Notepad isn't in the forefront illuminating me. Like right now, I'm in a dark room,
right?
But the screen is enough to to brighten the room. I can see everything in here. But if I had the camera on me, I wouldn't put the light on. It would blind people. That's how large the TV is.
I like what Mr. Kima just put up.
It's too big. 55. I
like what Mr. Kima just put up. I used to play on a 42-inch too. When I was doing Gears 3, 42-inch was beautiful, man.
Now they're coming out with an OLED 42. OLED is getting more respect to be in smaller sizes. People are less afraid of the burn-in. They've done a lot better with that.
People gotta understand. Sick made a beautiful point. The purpose of the smaller screen is the foot distance that you're gonna bring to your gaming. That's the only difference. If you got a big screen, you're not going to be up on that screen. So if you're the type of person that likes to be closer up to your screen, 42 is my minimum. Like if I got to go all the way up to my screen, I want it around that size right there. Now,
42 is good because that would have been the size of my 37 with the bezels. The bezels, like I said, were fat, and if you didn't have fat bezels like that, and it was like that. It's the same size of 42. So 42, that's real nice because it would be real sharp, real compact enough with all those pixels, and it's kind of like looking at like the iPhone, like the iPhone like the Retina screen. The Retina being that even if they were to increase the resolution, it's already so high you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. And a size like that, 4K, you couldn't tell the difference if they increased the resolution.
You couldn't because
it'd be too close. And it's so high res in a small space. Yeah, good one.
Let me give a shout out. Mr. Kima in the building. Emmanuel A1 in the building. Who else? Rain G4, Zero Rec Room. I just want to keep everybody shouted out, man. Appreciate y'all so much.
Yes.
Sonic Echo X. Look, man, Xbox right now is the gaming console. It's the gaming console. This S is an emulator king.
Yes, I'm definitely buying one of that.
I'll be hollering at you soon.
Because
I'm gonna be walking through this. I want that thing, man. Whatever that thing is, I just heard about it. Like I got a whisper, so I don't know.
There's two
exact
ways to do it. There's two ways to do it.
Now for $20 one-time payment, you gotta give me those games. $20 one-time payment. I want all those games. I want.
It's simple. There's a YouTube page. That's all he does. He has a playlist, and he's doing for every system. And there's a couple of videos at the very beginning about how you set it up, and then he has videos for every system. Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and he breaks it all down. It's real simple. I'll put the link later.
Right. Thank you. Send it to me.
Hey yo, I know it's cool and everything to say, oh man, I'm playing this on my Xbox. Y'all haven't been emulating on your PCs?
bro.
No, I don't have. No,
I've been
You don't need a
emulating
powerful PC to
Yeah,
emulate
you
those
don't.
old consoles.
You don't.
No, you don't.
You don't.
No, you don't.
But the great
But
thing
I'm not
about
gonna
it
use
is
my.
you put it on
I
your
don't use my
TV,
screen
it's
for
simple
that.
to use.
Yeah,
See, because if you were an iPhone user, you could do it on Android.
Yeah.
yeah, you can. Yep,
Yes, you
that's
can.
true.
I got Dreamcast, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, N64, Genesis,
Nice.
Super Nintendo on my phone. And I mean, if I tell you I got all the ROMs, you'll be like, man, do you have them all? No, I don't. I got them in a package.
Repeat
I got
that
like
again.
all. Well, I said if I tell you the number of ROMs I have, then you'll say, "Oh, do you own them all?" No, I got them in a
Hell
package.
no.
Like I got like
hell no.
it's like 761 Nintendo games, and 500 Genesis games. Like
Yeah, I've been doing that for a long time too, man.
Yo,
for a
for
long
real.
time. Yeah,
Like,
Yes,
so
hold
like
on,
I
y'all,
said,
hold on.
I want to buy a Series S for that. I definitely do.
Let me respond because that's what it's called. The RetroArch. That's right.
RetroArch emulator.
yeah, emulation.
And I want to do this, and this is a jab. This is a certified jab, and you can take it how you feel. But I can play my Nintendo games and PlayStation games that I've never bought or owned on my Series S. Unlike PlayStation, PlayStation can't play Xbox games. That is a Mike Tyson punch-out, knockout combination right there. I want to make that clear, very clear. With PlayStation, you're limited. So that slogan is falsified. With Xbox, you're not limited. I could play Nintendo games, PlayStation games, all day long, old, new, whatever, all day long. As long as it's in that emulator factor, we can play them. So all we would need is an Xbox. Just like I've been saying all along, Xbox makes sense. Xbox is gaming central. If we're talking gaming, we're talking and we're talking futuristic next gen abilities, then we're talking Xbox. It just is what it is. So I'm really gonna get that, man. Thank you, RetroArch. Like I said, anybody hit me up, send me all the information. A down payment of $20, and not even a down payment. That's what it costs. Just a one-time payment, and you got access to all that stuff.
And it's completely legitimate in terms of the program. The only illegal part is the ROM, but the part that you're and the $20 you're paying is to Microsoft to unlock the developer mode so you could put the emulators on. It's all of that stuff is legal. It's the ROMs and stuff. That's the only part. We're not going to point you to where to get nothing. We're just pointing you to do the legal stuff that you can do to put on the apps. What you do with the apps is up to you.
That's right.
Yeah,
or anything or whatever.
Hey, because see, like legal, like you said, see the uppercut is that the Xbox Series S has better backwards compatibility than the PlayStation 5.
It does.
Yeah, but hey, Six, since you're familiar with it, do you need to download BIOS for it, or does it automatically do it for you?
I don't know, but I do want to say this.
That's the ROMs. That's the ROMs and stuff. But I
do want to say this real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I want to let everybody know that it's like a switch mode. And listen, who was that? Was that Radiant? Yeah, Radiant's 9-6. Help me out. You know how you do. Help me out, man. Listen, I don't want to misinform anybody, but it's like a switch, y'all. Like, so let's say it's a dev kit, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about because I haven't done it, but I know it's in the Xbox, right? You switch it over to
developer mode.
To what?
Developer mode, yeah.
Developer mode. Now, what I want to put an emphasis on that is if you do put it on developer mode, you're not going to be able to play your current games. I just want to make that clear.
Right, so, but you can switch right back and forth. You can switch right back and forth. You can leave right back and go back to Xbox stuff.
Right, that's how it's going to work. So when you do it, just make sure you switch back and switch back. That's all it is, y'all. It's harmless.
Now, Emmanuel A1 is talking about the second method that's pretty new, and it's thanks to the web browser. Now, folks, there's emulators right on the web. Some of them already have the ROMs too. Those are usually wishy-washy and they get hammered down, but 1,000 more will pop up in their place. Or that the websites that have the emulators with no ROMs, and you just have, you have your ROMs on a USB stick and you pick it in the file manager. And you don't have to put no dev mode, no $20 or nothing.
Yep, it's a little dude. It's the little dude. He's got an affliction.
I just saw
he's got an affliction, and he just put Super Mario 64 in and started playing.
Right, because these web browsers are so powerful, like we're able to do xCloud and all this other stuff. Well, yeah,
that's true. So
like these emulators are running in JavaScript instead of
nice
or whatever. So it's right there in the browser.
I missed something. So because I was looking at the chat, so Emmanuel A1 is saying that we don't have to put it in dev mode now. So it's just off the.
It's an alternate method. There's two ways. Yeah, it's in the web browser, but you could use the Edge browser right now if you want to try out what that's like. Use your Edge browser in Windows right now, or even Chrome is good too. I think Firefox is as well, but Chrome, Edge, and Safari on the Mac are all based off the same thing. So
right
they'll work
right off the Xbox. I can go right in the
right off the browser. There's websites with emulators that are built right into the website. If you Google it, you'll find it. You don't have to pay no $20 to anything, but it's all in the website though. The dev mode, I feel is more
going to be a bunch of different ones.
It's a lot easier to do. It'll be on the system. You're not dedicated and beholden to the internet to access the website to actually get the emulator, because if the website is down, you can't do nothing.
And look what Hunter said.
I think the $20 is the better mode. It's just like in Kodi. You have to put things on it. Kodi is legal. What some people do with Kodi isn't, but that's not on Kodi, LLC or whatever. I do have to go, so like I said, I was only able to dedicate half an hour, but I was able to give a couple of more minutes. I'm supremely sorry that I have to cut out so quick, especially after it's been a while that I ain't been on. But I will be back on. I'm just really occupied with a lot of things that's going on. I'm spinning a lot of plates right now.
Busy week, y'all. We wanted to give y'all something.
Right. So legal, realist, y'all real ones all day. Chat, always popping. I would have loved to stay on, but like I say, I'm real busy, so I'm gonna go.
Be safe,
all right, everybody.
All right, man. Take care.
Peace, everybody.
Yes,
take
sir.
Care.
Yeah, it's like I know that 100 mentioning Kodi because he was big on Kodi. As a matter of fact, 100, you was one of the advocates, man. You was one of the first people that get Kodi running on that Xbox and showcasing it. Y'all want to?
Hey, you know what Kodi's first name was?
What was it?
Xbox Media Center. Well, it was XBMC before it was Kodi.
I didn't even know that, bro.
Yeah. So that they used to be on Microsoft. I'm sorry, Xbox.
That. Yo, shout out to 9 Foot out. Oh, my fault. 9 Foot Ut. I see my man Marquise Harold in the building. I see my man Dr. Vodka in the building. Yup, he said it. XBMC. Yup. He said it down there. I'm getting to you. He sure did. But now I got my man the realist. He's working, man. He's riding around so realist. Anything that stands out to you, man, that you're thrilled about, want to talk about, and just come off the gut, man. Like
No, I mean, the games, man. Like every time I see something, man, it's the games. We got games coming. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can say about us anymore. That's what I'm excited about. You know what I mean? I gotta try to work a little harder in my spare time so that I can catch the games that's coming out.
It really is like that, man.
Yeah.
If y'all didn't know, I just beat the Artful Escape. It was torturous. But look, I had fun because in the chat, people were telling me where to go, get that achievement, run back, go do this. And it was funny because I had the no commentary off. So I played it in an unorthodox style. And it was just fun because I wanted to show engagement, man. I actually liked the game. It just the one downside about that game. I'm gonna be a trillion with y'all. That game looks better than that game looks better than Ratchet and Clank. That game looks better than I'll put it up there. It's a fight between Psychonauts, and I'm talking about Ratchet and Clank. It defeated that easy, but Psychonauts 2 on the Series X, for that game to be an indie game, yo, it's right up there. I mean, I was blown away for that game to have that many colors. As far as colors go, it's undefeated. We got to put it in a color spectrum and just be like, look, if we're gonna put a colors column, let's say, and we're judging games by colors, that game is alone right now, man. I I was dazzled.
What we consider indie quality, that bar's been raised. I mean, they got additional tools at their disposal, and so you're starting to see a lot of better looking games that where if you just saw like a little, clip of it, you think it was a AAA game.
Yo, when you saw the water, when I saw the water in that game, I was like, I had to wait a minute. Is this really an indie game? I had to start questioning it. Yo, 100 said the xCloud is crazy on console. Of course, it's
yeah. I mean, got Ethernet at home.
You know what? We're gonna talk about that. Yes, 9 foot. I got the video coming. All right. I got the video coming. I'm gonna do some displaying. I think 100 put some stuff out earlier. I think I heard somebody saying it. I could be wrong, but I too is going to do some videos on that tonight. I've seen it with my own eyes. I'm about to put it out there. It's going down. Look, the LGCX, exactly. Look, let me. We're gonna get to that. All right, we're gonna cover some stuff tonight. We're gonna talk our Xbox talk. And welcome, man, the one and only, the Rookie of the Year. It's my man JyzalGamingTV in the building. So we got JyzalGamingTV. Thank you for coming, man. He just got off work.
No doubt, man. No doubt. We just came off work, man.
We here. Xbox strong, y'all. We here. JyzalGaming, don't even worry about what we were previously talking about, man. You know how to do it. You just flow right on in. Thanks for coming, man. Look, let me read back up. Okay, the xCloud. I was gonna say something. Damn, and they keep talking. We have that good Xbox tech talk going on tonight. That's right, Malik Weeks. And look, I'm losing my train of thought. Eli over here cracking up. J-Rod, but Eli, I know you cracking up because this finally done happened to me. I done lost my train of thought, but I love the streets. I gotta answer them, but hold on. I got my thought.
Hey, it's all good.
Yup, this is what I got it. I called it, y'all. Here's what it was. I think I can flow into this. The LGCX. Look, I don't care what nobody says, y'all. If you're looking to just get yourself solidified, go out there and get y'all the LGCX. I recommend it. You don't even have to get the C10 or the G1 if I'm saying those right.
This is C1. The G1, the G1 is just like thin so that you can put it on the wall, like for pictures. It looks like a picture. You're gonna pay about an extra $1,000 just so it can look like a picture on the frame.
Right. The CX was built for gaming. So listen. I don't care. Get it. I'm telling y'all, it's built for gaming. That's the one that was the actual legitimizer for the partnership. I still recommend the CX to anybody, man. What is it now? Like 1,200, 1,300?
It just depends on what size you get, man.
Look, 55-inch, man, OLED. Go put it for your gaming. If you want the 65-inch or the 77, you're gonna spend a whole lot more money. I recommend get your 65, 55, whatever, but get what's affordable, man. I'm not in your pockets, but I'm gonna say this: the LG CX, yes. If you're not gonna get a monitor, I just have my little ace up my sleeve that I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If it wasn't for my ace card, I think I'd be getting the LG CX as well. But I think I found something better, and I will be talking about as far as tech and the reason why I went along with this.
Getting a new Sony TV?
But yeah, I mean, look, the xCloud is beautiful. Oh, this is what I wanted to say. It's a beautiful thing to understand. Yes, Emmanuel. The Hisense UHG is a monster. Yep, it is. It really is. When we're talking about the xCloud, or we just talking about the Xbox in general, there's people are really sleeping on Xbox right now, because if we don't, as a community, keep stressing the great things that are happening, people are going to tend to forget, right? And we don't speak on these things. But this is what's making Xbox, it's just top dogging right now. The fact that we are no longer operated by Windows, okay? I want everybody to understand that our consoles are operated by the Azure cloud. And we're gonna talk about this, Eli, right? We're gonna talk about this, JyzalGamingTV, and I'll let y'all speak on it. But I think it was today or yesterday that Satya Nadella came out and was interviewed. I don't know the actual name of the company that interviewed him, but I want everybody to know what Satya was. Before all these changes happened, he was with Microsoft for a long time. He's been with them for about 30 years. So he's been in the background, but he's been one that's been vital. And I wanted to talk about this situation right here because this is very important to know. We find out today, and thank y'all because this is the one I wanted to talk about on my behalf. We found out today, right, JyzalGamingTV and Eli and everybody in the chat room, that Xbox, and matter of fact, man, I had spoken to this 6, so I'm hurtful that he's gone because he didn't get a chance to hit it, but he hear it on the show. We talked about this, that Xbox was not even treated like a stepchild, or it was more treated like a kid put in a foster home, if I'm making sense. It was like a child that was put in a foster home, but you know it was there, and you would go visit it every now and then, right? And I know y'all are like, where's legal going with this? This is why I'm saying this. Satya came out today, man, or yesterday, but I saw it today, and talked about how Microsoft was like on the side, put on the side. Now, I want people to know this. This is crazy. Follow me, y'all. Follow me. What's up, sis? What's up, sis? I love you, girl. What's up? Look, I want everybody to know. I want everybody to pay close attention to this because this is hilarious when you think about it. This is hilarious when you think about it. In the past 10 years, or at least 8 years, Microsoft has always ended up number 2 worldwide with Xbox. This is a fact. If you want to dispute it, I'm more than happy to give you the facts on that. But it's always been, it's PlayStation 1 first, Xbox second, and Nintendo third. And I know people think, well, the Wii sold out here and the Wii sold out there. But when you're talking about worldwide, Xbox has always been number 2. And I also want to say this. It wouldn't be healthy for the industry for Microsoft to be number 1. It would not be healthy. But the fact that they are number 2 is why they can do what they do. Being number 2 in a tech world business is beautiful. Understand that Microsoft is a technological company. They don't have to be number 1. They really don't even want to be number 1. They want to be number 1 as far as pockets are concerned, of course. But as far as positioning, they don't need to be number 1. Because when you're number 1, you really you got to look down. You got to look down and you really don't have nothing to look up to. But when you're number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, because there's a top 5 list of everything. So as long as you're in that top 5, you can fluctuate, but you really don't want to stay at number 1 when you're a tech company. So Microsoft loves the 2nd and 3rd spot because that's when they can do the most damage being innovative with their tech, right? So where I'm going with that, notice that where Satya was at, he was in the Azure field, the realist in JyzalGamingTV. He was over there this whole time, right? Notice what he said. He says there was a time when Microsoft was just, you know, they were arrogant, kind of say. They were arrogant. They looked at everything as a separate position in the company, a separate umbrella. Everything was isolated. The reason why we are together with this notion of bringing everything together is from Satya. Because when you come from the cloud business, the cloud doesn't separate anything, right? It's got everything in it. So the cloud is a unified structure to begin with. So when you think about that, you got Phil Spencer coming up to him once he becomes CEO. And think about it now. Think about the story now. It all makes sense from what we heard. Phil Spencer comes up to Satya and is like, listen, the chair has fallen underneath me, right? Everybody's been taken out. and now Xbox is kind of falling in my lap. So what are we going to do with this? Are we going to chunk it? Because it was sitting on the side of a road like a broke down vehicle, left stranded somewhere. But look, I want everybody to understand this. Why I keep saying it, because every time I say this, it's funny. This whole entire time before the Xbox Series S and X, right? Microsoft's been treating Xbox like a foster child. But notice that Xbox has been able to manage to be number 2 worldwide, and Microsoft wasn't even trying. Are y'all with me right now? Do y'all hear me right now? Microsoft wasn't even trying, man.
That's what I got to tell them all the time, man. Like,
I'm with you. Also,
Microsoft ain't even trying.
Yo, also, let me expand on that, legal. Being in second place also gives you an advantage in acquisition, since you can always argue that you're doing the acquisition to compete.
Or
That's right. Keep going, brother. Keep talking.
I mean, I just want to put that out there. So
that's facts.
That's why it was easy to acquire Bethesda, and this next upcoming acquisition is the reason they're acquiring the next one.
that's why every time PlayStation releases, we broke a sales record. Microsoft's like, go ahead, because at that point they won't have any issues in antitrust court.
Exactly.
As long as Sony or Nintendo leads, they can always go into court with the argument that we just need to improve our market position against Sony and Nintendo.
All right.
So that's what I was saying the other day. Like, as long as they're in third, that's where they want to be right now. Because, and then people keep bringing up Monopoly. I guess they don't know about Embracer Group, who's got 75 studios up there. Microsoft ain't even close to that. So we're not even close to approaching Monopoly territory, even if they were in first place.
People don't understand why Microsoft, while Xbox is like it is today. Because for the first time, Microsoft went and got their child and was like, look, you're coming home. We're your parents and we're coming home. They picked them up out of the foster center and brought them home. All right. Xbox was like the orphan child out here. It was the orphan console, but yet it was number 2 in the world this whole time. Xbox is number 2 in the world. And Microsoft didn't even care about it like that. They didn't even love it. They didn't even try, and it failed number 2. So listen. I know people are going to try to make this seem negative and make it seem like we got something against Sony and all that. But look, man, I'm just going to keep it 1 trillion with y'all. Xbox didn't get into the gaming console to not compete with Sony. That's been said. All right. So we here. All right. We, the Xbox community, is here. We don't care if you've left our community and went back to your console. We don't care if you flip-flop around in our community. But the one thing about us is we stand tall. And for every real Xbox fan out there, you're the reason why Xbox is still here. Because Microsoft didn't even care about it like you did. This is facts. They had it on the wayside. So if the PlayStation fans, the extremists, the ones that lose their minds, these donkey heads out here, they got something to jab us with that Microsoft didn't care about Xbox, well, they got one. But notice, we care more about it, and this is why it's here today, because we care more about it. And now today, we got more features on our consoles than any other console out here in the market. So when you're talking about, when you put a $499 PlayStation 5 next to a Series X, y'all tell me, how does that make sense? I don't want to hear about games, man. We got games. I don't want to hear about, because that's the end of it. If you're talking games, then we got games. So what else is there for Sony to sell me? They don't have nothing else to sell. That's it.
They sell you a lot.
I don't want to hear about repeat franchises, okay? We do have our repeat franchises, but we got more new IPs coming out. I'm more excited about those. Like I'm excited about Crossfire X. I'm excited about the Gunk. I'm excited about what is it? What's the other one? Chorus. I'm excited about Scorn. I'm excited about those games because I know those are outside my comfort zones because I'm unaware of them. But of course, I'm ecstatic for Halo. But Master Chief is no stranger here. I'm ecstatic for Forza Horizon 5, but Forza's not a stranger here. So for me, if all you're gonna bring up to me is Uncharted Collector's Edition, now we got collectors. Y'all have already ran through Uncharted. I don't know how many times y'all gonna keep running through that, right? You got God of Wars. I don't know how many times we're gonna get remasters and things in God of War. We don't know. Then you bringing up Gran Turismo 7 or Gran Turismo Sport, period. And we know damn well y'all don't even play that game. And that's like an MLB. That's just bragging, right? That's just Sony's way of saying, hey, we got a racer. We get that. That Gran Turismo has been destroyed ever since Forza stepped on the scene day one. What else? You got Spider-Man that I predicted that you were gonna prostitute over and over again. Poor Peter Parker. I'm sorry, man, but I'm sorry, bro.
They're working him.
They working him. They got him in all kind of suits now. We don't even know what suit he gonna have on. They be putting colors on his suits. We don't even know anymore. Poor kid, poor guy. So you got Spider-Man, then you got Miles Morales, and then you got Spider-Man 2. Okay, good. That's great. And then the last one, the Alloy, you're next. You're next, sweetheart. You're next, but I'm not gonna put you in there because you are a legitimate sequel, and every good game, I don't care what it is on system, deserves a sequel, and you managed to get the sequel, so I'm not bringing you up. Returnal, you died. Right, Returnal, you died as a new IP. Days Gone, you died as a new IP. Death Stranded, you died as a new IP. They're not bringing none of these games back, but they want to talk about the games that we don't support. Death Stranded, I ain't seen not one of them talk about they beat it. Days Gone, I ain't seen one of them show that they beat it. I was talking about them games. Show those games. Show those in achievement trophies or whatever y'all call them. Show those trophies, okay? But the community didn't take care of those games. So Days Gone's gone. Death Stranded is stranded. And Returnal, y'all didn't even support that. But here's the thing where I'm at tonight. And y'all can come on in with this. Why was it only 20,000 active players the first 4 days of Deathloop? But they had all Deathloop in their mouth when Deathloop came out. But it was only 20,000 active players on that server when it came out. I'm talking about PlayStation 5. It was smaller than that on PC, but I thought Deathloop got all those 10 out of 10s, y'all. Holler at me. Let me know something, man. Is it just me? Or have you even heard about the numbers of Deathloop? All I know is you can't get numbers up and people ain't playing that game. So then when I looked over at the UK and I saw Spider-Man emerging back in the number 2 spot, and I said, damn, they really don't have nothing to play over there. They going back to November. It's almost been a year, and now y'all going back to play Spider-Man? Something's weird over there, yo. Something is mighty weird over there. Spider-Man number 2, bro. 5-hour game number 2.
Listen, man, they got Kenna, right, just released. They got Deathloop. And the only thing they can come up with Spaces is to talk about some political shit.
That's it. You can't look. I told y'all the reason why y'all ain't seeing Deathloop because they ain't playing it. All right.
Well, I mean, we already know they play Twitter. You know what I mean? Like, they keep talking about why you're bragging about a holiday. It's because we got some games coming, y'all don't. The same way they were talking about who launches a console with no games. From the very beginning, Phil said the games will come when they're ready, but the console is coming. And he let that be that. He didn't tell anybody you had to go buy it. You know they want a Halo there. Halo's on the box.
Now,
but once it, but real quick, real quick, once this starts,
Right.
it's not gonna stop. And there's gonna be a problem for every last one of their arguments.
Mm-hmm.
All they can do is say lack of quality for every game that's not linear and focus all of his attentions on graphics. That's all they're gonna be able to do. You know, when you try to compare a Ratchet to Psychonauts, a 20-hour game compared to a 7-hour game. You know what I mean?
Listen,
They play graphics, they play picture mode.
You got these
That's what they
game
do.
journalists in panic mode, man. So,
Yeah, they in
we
panic
cannot
mode. They
live
ain't got
in a
nowhere to go
world-
though.
We can't live in a world where Microsoft purchases Take-Two. We can't live in that. What you talking about? Ain't you a gamer? All you gotta do is purchase the next console. That's it.
It's an insult to them to have to purchase an Xbox.
Right. Like, how's
Man,
that?
I don't know what that dude's name is that was crying. What he said, it would be heinous if Microsoft bought Take-Two. That it wasn't heinous that Sony's buying 2-year exclusivity deals now? Did they keep
Right.
they extended Final Fantasy VII for those people who do want to play that game? That's
appalling
heinous.
that a corporation is using its money in order to better itself. It's appalling. I'm like,
Cause see what it
corporations are
was.
supposed to do.
Hey, but you remember the whole time it was always Xbox's money is not Microsoft's money. They're different.
Listen,
It's a different game now, bro.
yeah, this is the first time I ever heard this negative. It's a negative to build a super team. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's bashing these NBA or your sports teams for going out there and purchasing players and building these teams up. If they got the money, they use it. It's all about winning, right?
Right.
Nobody's
They
out
got
there.
they got mad that Daryl Gallagher pulled the ring.
Right. Come on, man. Stop it. You can
Look,
buy the
y'all.
tickets and go see the game.
Look, man, look. This is the funny part with me. All right. Here's the funny part with me.
Well, hold on, legal. Let me throw this
All
out.
right. Go ahead.
I just I'm playing Gears right now, bro. And I could confirm they got the update out now for this Dolby Vision. This thing's looking beautiful. This thing
Yeah, I
is
was
looking
talking about that.
beautiful.
Go ahead and talk about it. We talked about it. Go ahead. You wasn't here. Tell them how beautiful it looks.
No, man,
I got it too.
I'm so listen. I am happy as hell. Right, I got a smile on my face knowing that this TV I purchased. I got the C1 right now. I gave my brother the C10 because he just finished getting an Xbox Series X last week, and I'm about to invite him now for this Halo flight because he's been fiending. So and they just dropped the email. They just gave me that email about with the code to invite a friend. So I'm gonna invite my brother over, and he could try it out on his C10. I'm on my C1, and this Xbox is taking full advantage of this of my television. I'm happy as hell, man. Like right now, you guys see me, man. It's all smiles right now. When I purchased this TV and it's taking full advantage of by the Xbox Series X right now. Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, Halo's gonna have it confirmed.
Yep.
Like this shit fire, man.
Bro, you sound like you're smiling.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm cheesing right now, bro. I'm out here cheesing right now, man. Playing games here with this Dolby Vision.
Yep.
Dolby Atmos.
Bro, do you know what's funny? They don't even know what you're talking about.
I'm
like Nintendo fans and PlayStation fans don't even know.
Oh, they damn sure
don't.
don't.
Like a brand. They should look like a brand new game, kid.
I want to show everybody this. Okay, this is what is weird, and this because they love to bring up sales, man. They love this stuff. To me, bringing up sales is so easy to debunk. But let me show y'all something that's just hilarious. Okay, this was last month. Oh no, you know what? Yeah, last month. No, I'm sorry. It's September still. I made a joke. Halloween is next month. So you don't have to put on your makeup yet. Y'all want to know what the #1 UK box chart game was in the UK this month? Early this month? Y'all want to know what it was? See, you don't hear nothing. You don't hear nothing because it's too funny. But y'all want to hear? Y'all want to know what it is?
Call of Duty.
Why the hell was Minecraft number one? And look, here's the funny part. Y'all want to know how Microsoft makes this money? Because Minecraft went from number 3 to number 1 off the Switch. Off the Switch. So look, Xbox doesn't even need to be getting their gamers on their console for it to make money. Okay? Microsoft has the number 1 selling game in the universe, expended out to all kinds of consoles for one reason and one reason only, so that they can invest in that game as well. Microsoft is basically taking care of the industry right now with that one game. So it threw it on PlayStation, threw it on Nintendo, so they got something they can invest on. Because there's really nothing else to invest on that's going to guarantee that much success. Now look, number 2 was Mario Kart 8. Number 3 was Grand Theft Auto 5. Now this is the UK. Number 12 last week before this chart was Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. It was at number 12. So we're going to talk about Ratchet and Clank real quick. But it was number 12. It moved up to number 4. Animal Crossings was, so you can see Nintendo's is heavy over there, right? Number 6, and this was a surpriser. But when you throw the Black Panther anywhere, you're gonna make some people stand up. So now that the Wakanda series is out, Marvel's Avengers has shown its face and it's put itself at number 6.
Illegal. Who has access to that? No additional cost.
We do.
Yeah.
Oh,
We do.
Game Pass subscribers.
And you wonder why. And you wonder why Game Pass came out on Xbox for free now. This thing is moving up. It's at number 6. It's in the top 10. Then you got Marvel. This was earlier this month, about a week or so. So you have, but Spider-Man, you got Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales was at number 5. It dropped to number 7, but it went back up to number 2. So that shows you that they don't have nothing to play. But it's going to drop again. It's going to drop again.
But yeah, I mean, that's what they got, man. I mean, that's the only thing out of everything that they drop, all these games they cap for. Spider-Man is the only thing that's going to really move units.
But did y'all pay attention to my list as I was reading?
Yes.
Ratchet and Clank was number 12.
12.
Spider-Man was number 5 when it debuted. Ratchet and Clank was number 12, bro. It had dropped down to number 12. Spider-Man never went under the top 10 yet. Not yet over in the UK. Then you have Formula 1 2021, FIFA 21, and then Super Mario 3D World, Browns and Fury. So look, this is what I want to make clear. There's not one Xbox game that I've mentioned in that top 10. Not one legit. Now look, I'm gonna trick people. I didn't mention one legitimate Xbox game in that top 10. Look, Minecraft is number 1. And the week before that, it was number 3. And it was on the Switch. If y'all don't see the genius of Microsoft, I don't know what else to say to you. Microsoft is winning on other consoles. On other consoles. It doesn't even have to win on the Xbox. This is how genius Microsoft is. And then on top of this, what makes it worse was back in the top 10. This is the top 10 overall, right? Around the summertime. Game Central's top 10 of 2021. Number 1 was Returnal. Number 2 was Monster Hunter Rise. Number 3 was It Takes Two. Number 4 was Guilty Gear. Number 5 was Chicory, A Color of a Tale. Number 6 was Little Nightmares 2. Number 7 was Genesis Noir. Number 8 was New Pokemon Snap. Number 9 was Scarlet Nexus. And number 10 was R-Type Final 2. And y'all want me to be out here taking y'all seriously, right? This is what I'm saying about these clowns. They're out here giving y'all wolf tickets, man. Stop believing in these clowns. They ain't doing up a line to y'all each and every day. The most played game on PlayStation 5 or PlayStation period is Call of Duty. They ain't playing Returnal. They ain't playing Deathloop. They ain't playing Kena. They ain't playing Astrobot. If anything, they ain't playing their game. They ain't got to worry about us. because we're playing our games. I just beat a game today in front of everybody. We playing our games. Xbox today is making its most money than it's ever had in its history. So we don't even need to bring up the 360 anymore. I know they would love for us to bring that up, but we're beating that era right now. We don't need to bring up the 360 no more. That's not our best era. We are in our best era right now.
That's a fact.
And now look at the narrative. I want everybody to stay with me. They just said today that PlayStation, right? PlayStation 5 just sold 1 million in the UK. I got a question for everybody. And look, I get it. We've been in a drought. But I want y'all to listen real closely. Before they get to talking, don't fall in your own trap. Don't fall. You know what they say? Don't slap your own lip. We understand there's been COVID. We understand there's been a pandemic. We understand there's been scalpers and all of that nonsense going on, right? So we can push all that outside before you fall on your lip. It's been what, 10 months? 10 and a half months since that console's been out? Y'all follow me, right? You follow me, right? Eli, watch this. Watch this now. You gotta pay attention when they start speaking. You gotta really pay attention to them because they'll try to get away from you. They really will. I want to know this, and I want to know this right now. The PlayStation 5 hits 1 million UK sales in record time. Did y'all hear me? In record time. It wasn't too long ago, I think it was last year, when an article came out and said the PlayStation 4 actually sold poorly. Actually sold poorly in certain areas. It sold poorly in Japan, which if you wouldn't have known that by reading these gatekeeper articles, you would have thought PlayStation 4 was just selling its butt off in Japan, but actually only sold 10 million consoles there. Nobody bought it. So look, I want y'all to compare.
Nintendo ran them out of Japan.
Yep, I want y'all to look at this right real quick. We're gonna get into this because y'all ain't thinking like we should think, and we let these clowns run with these narratives. JyzalRock, wasn't it not too long ago that we just got a report that PlayStation 5 sold how many consoles? Okay, the realest.
Wasn't it 11 million?
Close. Okay, we'll say 11, 10 million, right?
Well, it was 10 and some change.
Yeah. How many months has it been since
10.
that console been out?
10.
Okay. So for this console to hit 10 million, right, in 10 months, I want y'all to see the equivalence to this. In 7 years, the PlayStation 4 only sold 10 million copies. Well, I said copies, consoles in Japan. So I want y'all to see this. In a 10-month span, right, take the 10 million that are supposedly been sold for PlayStation 5 and just send them all over to Japan right now. And for as long as the duration of this generation, no more sales over there. Y'all see the equivalence to that? Because that's how many consoles that were sold over there. So let's just say right now, a couple months ago, when it was reported to us that the PlayStation 5 had hit 10 million. So from right there, throw that over there in Japan, and for the rest of this duration, don't give them one more console. That's it for them. So y'all see how horrible that is in the long run? It didn't sell over there, right?
But yeah, they don't mess with PlayStation.
That's right. So
that's why they Americanized the whole layout and everything.
That's right. So today,
Westernized.
That's the media spin, exactly. So today, right? They said the PS5 hits 1 million UK sales in record time, Emmanuel A1. So this means that the PlayStation 4 took longer, the PlayStation 3 took longer, the PlayStation, all the consoles that's ever been made by Sony, it has taken them longer to hit 1 million in the UK. Regardless. Now look, that's without a pandemic. Y'all get what I'm saying? Are y'all hearing me? Without a pandemic, without a disease. So who's been selling this console? This console hasn't been doing what we've been told it's been doing. It hasn't been this knockout TKO console. That's been the lie, y'all. That's been the lie. What's going on now is that they trap themselves. So you're telling me right now, in a 10-month span, the PlayStation 5 has sold 1 million over there in the UK, and that's the fastest selling console.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're done talking. You've exposed yourselves because of you. That means in a normal situation, without a pestilence, without a plague, without disease, without a virus, y'all wasn't buying that console. Y'all been lying to us this whole time. And just like Spider-Man is telling on y'all are late bloomers. So what are y'all doing now? Y'all buying that game. Now let me tell y'all something. Remember what I said? It went from number 5, number 7 to number 2, right? Think about it. Do you think that number 2 came by way of PlayStation 5 consoles? Let's think about that. Let's think about that for a minute.
It probably. I would say they came from PS5. It's been doing numbers on the PS5. There's nothing to play on the PS5.
I don't. I say Miles Morales is being played on PlayStation 4. That's what I'm going to go for.
They say that the PS5 has been where the majority of Miles Morales was sold.
Let's look it up. Go look that up, Realist. Look that up, J-Rock.
You look it up. I'm driving.
Look that up, J-Rock.
They probably did exactly what I did. That was one of the first games I got with the purchase of my PlayStation 5 was Spider-Man, because like how the Realist said, there's really nothing else to play.
I mean, because when you look at that lineup,
I want to be.
You're gonna play Demon Souls. You're gonna play Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, easily.
You know what I'm saying? And then when you look at a game like Returnal, you gonna play Returnal, or you gonna play Spider-Man? Man, I passed it up before. Let me give it a shot now. You gonna play Kenna? Maybe it's $40. But once you finish with that in the weekend, let me get Spider-Man a shot. And I hear good things about Guilty Gear, but I don't really see anybody playing it. I hear anybody really talking about it. But I hear good things about the people who play fighters that I follow.
Okay, here's the funny part. Eric, quick.
Listen,
understand
hold
that.
On.
Go ahead.
Let me update the chat and everybody in here, man. I could confirm the Halo Infinite and Halo Infinite also the flight already got the Dolby Vision as well. So next weekend is about to be lit, bro.
Man, I jump in that thing just to go shoot targets. If they don't lock me out, I want to practice.
Yeah, man. They got it. The Warzone got it too. Warzone has been updated for it. Call of Duty got it. I'm checking my whole library to see what has this Dolby Vision and what doesn't. But yeah, continue legal, man.
No, yeah, y'all good, man. You know, it's good to hear y'all talk, man. I'm like I said, man, I'm a fan of y'all. I like to sit and listen. I know y'all. I know I'm the one that's got to do the talking, though. I know it. But every now and then, it's a blessing, man, to just sit back and listen to y'all sometimes. Look.
You come in here with a little battle plan. Nobody knows it but you. so it's like I gotta catch a rhythm and get in where I fit in.
Mm-hmm. Listen, like he was saying, they can't sell you that console without lying to you, man.
They can't. Dude,
it's period.
From day one, they haven't been able to. I've been saying that for over 25 years.
Yeah, man.
My motto still remains the same, bro. It's so funny. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna tell me? It's got Dolby Vision. It's got Dolby. What are you gonna tell me? What are you gonna tell me, man? You know what I'm saying? And I got something coming by way of Six Slayer. I don't know what it is yet, but I got something that he hit me up. I'll check it in a little bit. But I'm really trying to hunt down this Spider-Man thing. I gotta know it. I just gotta look. Here's the funny part. Let me know why. Let me tell y'all how we know this stuff is hilarious. Spider-Man is their baby, right? Because when you look at it, there's an article out here about the gamer. Spider-Man Miles Morales. All right, I'll start this so J-Rock can hear me. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, we're gonna get down to this Spider-Man, right? So
Yeah.
this is by the article, The Gamer, y'all. The Gamer.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man Miles Morales has sold over 6.5 million copies since launch.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
whole number.
Right. They love that. Now watch how they take care of it. Because they don't want you to think anything less than 6.5. But let's just keep going. It gets better. Watch how they baby it. Watch how they baby it. PlayStation has announced the total software sales of its biggest titles. Now, listen to what he just said. Okay. So PlayStation has announced the total software sales of its biggest titles today, with Spider-Man Miles Morales having sold most copies by quite a distance. As shared by, here it goes, Jeff Keighley, you gotta love it, on his personal Twitter account earlier today, it has been revealed that Spider-Man Miles Morales has sold a whopping 6.5 million copies since launch back in November last year. The game has been regularly topping the UK sales charts over the past year. Now, I want everybody to pay attention to me. We're going to stop right there. You got to understand the nonsense of not only the donkeys, but the gaming journalists as well. Because they think they slick too. Hey, yo.
Right, because if they just today announced 1 million, right?
J-Rock, you're
If,
beautiful.
if they just announced 1
Don't do
million
it to me.
today,
You're going to let me finish it? J-Rock,
go ahead, man. Finish it. I already caught. All right.
J-Rock about to pull the trigger. Don't do it yet, J-Rock.
Yeah, go ahead. Finish it.
But you there. You see it. Listen, y'all, let me tell y'all something. I know why y'all hate J-Rock. I do. But let me tell you something about J-Rock. And I don't even like to compare, but there's some people out here that just do their own thing. And they've been doing their own thing. For one, 100's been doing his own thing for a long time.
For sure.
100 been standing on his own 10 toes for a long time. You know, you don't see 100 trying to reinvent something or he got to upgrade his ability. Look, I know the new thing today is spaces. But what y'all got to realize is some of us out here, we were doing spaces before there was spaces. We don't need spaces. Some of us out here, we ain't chasing for clout. I'm not here for clout. Some of us just love to be disruptive. Some of us just love to be that wrench thrown in that gear and just watch how things just shamble away. Some of us just like being who we are. J-Rock loves doing his Twitter things. He loves the exposure game. So you can't make J-Rock something he's not. That's where he dwells. When you go to J-Rock, you know what to expect. And he did that on his own. And that's why my words of encouragement to him, and he knows this. When I came to J-Rock, I told J-Rock, don't switch up, bro. Don't try to be like somebody else and don't act like nobody else because you different out here, homie. You the rookie of the year right now. All eyes on you in these streets. He knows I told him this. Keep doing what you're doing because we need more Xbox. We need more originality in these Xbox streets. We don't need everybody trying to act the same. Me personally, when I do spaces, I do it because I'm at work and I'm driving and I'm traveling and I got time to talk. But spaces ain't for me because I don't look, my Xbox community is in here where I built Di-RRec Gaming along with the great Xbox streets. So this is my land. Yeah, spaces is cool. I can open up spaces. But this ain't New Kids on the Block for me. This ain't no Backstreet Boy for me. I don't play Xbox band. I'm not in an Xbox band. It's not what I do here. This is Ice-T. This is DMX. This is The Game. This is Kendrick Lamar. This is J. Cole. This is Nas. This is people who can perform on stage by themselves. Like my man J-Rock got Michael Jackson in his picture, the king of pop. You ain't see Michael Jackson on stage with other entertainers. So he was an entertainer on his own. He could do it himself. Some of us don't need an entourage because we're enough within ourselves. And that's a beautiful thing to know people like the realist. The realist came right out of Di-RRec Gaming's chat room. He made that known. That's what he's done. When it comes to me, that's how I know him. He could have been all over the place, but that's where I know him from, right here in these chat rooms. Shout out to my man Cicada that's always up in the chat room. Now, it goes back to this. After I give shout outs to my people, had to give them respect. Think about this. And that's why I was telling you, Eli, I don't think the game sold more on PlayStation 5.
I'm just saying, like I don't follow PlayStation like I do Xbox. But I hear and read certain things. 6.5, and they say the majority of the sales. I don't know the breakdown. They say the majority of the sales from PS5.
Fam.
I mean, I don't doubt it because of like having one. What is there to play that you want to spend $70 on?
Look, fam. Look, it's easy. If a console sold 10 million, right? I already know that's a lie. It shipped 10 million, but let's just play their little dumb game and say it sold 10 million. That means 9 million of it didn't even exist in the UK until this month. So if this thing sold 6.5 million and PlayStation 5, I mean, there's what? You subtract 10 million from 113 million. So that leaves 103 million PlayStation 4s out in the world. And y'all gonna make me think that the majority of the sales for this game is on PlayStation 5. Okay, look, it gets better. Miles Morales has sold a whooping 6.5 million copies since its launch back in November last year. The game has been regularly topping the UK sales charts over the past year. I don't know if y'all, I don't know, man, but I know how to read. Are y'all not listening to me? J-Rock, you can intercede if you catching on to this. Because I know my community isn't dumb. Shouts to JCon79, fam. I see you up there. Forgot to give you a shout out. JCon7979, man, in the building. Emmanuel A1. Listen to me real close, Emmanuel A1. The UK just announced that the PlayStation 5 just sold 1 million, right? Look, the PlayStation 5 hasn't even been out a year. Do you hear me? Now watch where I'm going with this. If the PlayStation 5 hasn't been out a year, listen to what they say. Miles Morales has sold a whopping 6.5 million copies since its launch back in November last year. The game has been regularly topping the UK sale charts over the past year. What past year are they talking about?
I guess
the game hasn't even been out, bro. The game's not even been out a year. Past year would be 2019. That means only 2 months can be certified for that game. That's what they're talking about. And its availability on both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 will certainly have given it an advantage. Are you stupid? The advantage is the fact that it came out on the PlayStation 4. That gives it an advantage. They talking about the availability on both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 will certainly have given it an advantage. Nah, the PlayStation 4 gave it an advantage. Absolutely. Coming in the second place, MLB The Show, having sold an impressive 2 million copies, considering the game released just over 3 months ago. Again, this is likely helped by the fact that the game is available on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. It's also worth noting that the game is also available on Xbox consoles. So here they are talking about PlayStation, bringing up a third-party game now, drawing up the numbers, and don't want you to pay close attention. That's 2 million because of all three platforms. And they make it clear. But watch this. Although it's unclear whether these stats include sales on rival systems, okay, whatever. So they want to say that because they always want to make PlayStation look good. So but history has it that MLB hasn't been selling well on PlayStation for 4 years straight. But never mind that, right? It sold 2 million now, and we don't know if that's on rival consoles. Okay, whatever. As for PlayStation's exclusives on PlayStation 5, now here's where it gets good. Notice how they separated Spider-Man, and notice how they separated MLB. All right? So they're gonna make sure that they're gonna let you know that that's multi-console earnings, but now they're gonna get to their bread and butter. Let's just talk about PlayStation 5 now. So as for PlayStation exclusives on PlayStation 5, let's go with the failures. Both Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart sold 1.1 L. Returnal 560,000 L. Watch this. Have sold pretty well. There's the lie. Despite the increased price. Rift Apart has recently broken the 1 million sales mark, having sold 1.1 million copies since its release last month. Now, I want to let everybody know, this is 1.1 around the world.
What game is it?
This is Ratchet and Clank. This is 1.1 around the world, people. So that means in the UK, it could have sold 85,000. Japan, it could have sold 25,000.
10,000.
Right. You got to get to a million. You got to spread it all around.
And I think that was JyzalGamingTV that posted up something about how they're not even buying the game in Japan.
The Returnal has sold 56,000 copies since April. Now, that even makes it worse. That was worldwide. So that's telling you right now, there you go, 9 foot. They don't even want to talk about them. Exactly. Look at all these duds. But yet they want to talk about us. Destructive All-Stars was DOA. Godfall was DOA.
That was free.
DOAs. It don't matter if they were free or not. Yeah, he said that was free. It don't matter if they gave it to them or not. DOA, because games are managed, games are assessed by engagement. Both Microsoft and Sony has made that clear to its base. That engagement is the most important thing. So look what Emmanuel 1 is saying. Sony is disgusted with those numbers. Exactly. And their base is too. But this is why you have them acting a fool these days. Because they really don't want to talk about this. So what is there left for them to talk about? Xbox. Because somehow they want to try to make Xbox look bad. But Xbox ain't looking bad. Because Minecraft is #1 in the UK. MLB was the #1 game sold on Xbox when it came out for the whole month. How's Xbox looking bad? Tell me, how is Xbox looking bad? You see what I'm saying? Our games are coming on Game Pass day one, automatically. If it's a AAA game, it's on Game Pass day one. How are we losing? We can't lose. The problem now is y'all gonna have to showcase. We don't. See, our company makes enough money to where gaming for us is enjoyment now. We're not even worried about numbers. Gaming is in its rightful definition on Xbox, but on PlayStation it's still a hustle. So Sony hasn't been able to transform gaming from a hustle to an enjoyment yet. Neither has Nintendo. They still hustling when it comes to gaming. They're hustling. Xbox ain't hustling. Xbox over here like, look, we got cloud, man. Put the Xbox in the cloud. Put everything together. That's what Satya Nadella said. He says, we were running around with all this stuff being separate. And he says, man, just put everything where I specialize at. What's that? The cloud. Look, we're going to make the cloud the #1 focus. And by using the cloud, we're going to distribute all our brands through the cloud. And look what it did.
Right. And who's now, it's been rumored that somebody else is trying to take that approach.
Exactly. Who is that, J-Rock?
Well, that's PlayStation. They want to put those PS5 games on the cloud.
Now, why is that?
PlayStation 4 users can access it.
Now, why would that be such a great thing, J-Rock?
Because Microsoft
because it eliminates you from producing so many cross-gen titles and focusing on next-gen title-only games, while also not leaving the last gen behind. But you see, Microsoft is ahead of the game in that.
I want to say something, y'all, that they also didn't want to talk about. You remember their Gotti? Now look, this is how you know this is so funny over here. This is why they're losing their minds, man. Really, really losing it over there. How is your Gotti being outsold by a 5-hour game? This is from the Gamer. I'm starting to like the Gamer now. I didn't know the Gamer had this much accuracy. Let's start looking up the Gamer. But the Gamer, right? Spider-Man Miles Morales has now outsold The Last of Us 2. Wait a minute. Huh? So you mean to tell me and this was in April of, wait a minute. Hold on, man. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me snap this. This ain't making no sense. You telling me, are you serious right now? Right? So in April, okay, let me move it up. Okay, April, May, June, July. So in 3 months, Spider-Man hit 6.5 million, right? But in April, it surpassed The Last of Us 2. There's a mystery going on. So that means people, The Last of Us 2 is gone. It's dead. It's not even pushing units. It's gone. The Gotti, the best-selling game of the past 12 months of the USA has been revealed, and the order of entries might come as a quick shock to some people. In spite of the pandemic causing delays to game development and console availability, the video game industry has been spoiled over the last 12 months. That has been demonstrated by a reveal of what games have been sold the most copies during the time alone. This is crazy. That rolling top 10 accounts for game sales between April 2020 and March of 2021. Just sales in the US, and it doesn't count for digital sales on Nintendo Switch. That makes the presence of games like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and Animal Crossing New Horizons even more impressive. Plus, Super Mario 3D All-Stars made the cut despite limited release. On to PlayStation sales, and some might be surprised to see that Spider-Man Miles Morales, a 5-hour game, made the cut. Not only is the game merely a bridge to a full sequel, so it's an expansion. It's a 5-hour DLC. That's all it is, bro. A 5-hour DLC. So you're telling me the game that's selling the most on that brand right now is a freaking 5-hour DLC game. Even more shocking is it has managed to outsell The Last of Us 2. You can't make this up, y'all. The blockbuster title from Naughty Dog may have won more Game of the Year awards than any other title ever, but it is only the 7th best-selling game of the past year. Look, Cicada comment couldn't be more precise.
Yeah, repeat that, Legal.
Are you ready to hear this?
Yeah.
Though Naughty Dog may have won more Game of the Year awards than any other title ever, because we knew that was staged from the get-go. We knew that was all about the agenda.
That was political driven, right?
Yeah, that was political driven. We already know why it did that. But here comes the reality. When it steps off that podium and come down to the streets of gaming, the reality hits it. And here's where it's at in reality when it comes to gaming. But it's only the 7th best-selling game of the past year. It's not much to brag about, man. For God. There are only a couple of reasons why Miles Morales has managed to do so well. Most importantly of all, it's Spider-Man. And little babies and kids want to play Spider-Man.
Yeah, but if you look at it.
Yeah, little kids, it's a cute game.
But now, if you look at it, man, they once put something up there a while back. And I think it was 130 consoles and 6.5 million sold. That's not, what's that, like 7%?
Yeah. Spider-Man Miles Morales, a 5-hour game, has a ratio percentage for selling the PlayStation 5 console unlike any other game I've ever seen. And that's a 5-hour game, y'all. A 5-hour game is the beast. Is the beast of their catalog. Spider-Man is Marvel's most famous hero, and nothing is bigger than Marvel right now. The game was also released on both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, plus was one of the very few launch titles for the latter. Can we have a funeral service? We're holding a funeral service for the Last of
Funeral
Us.
service.
Yeah, we're holding a funeral service for Last of Us 2. It, for a driven agenda game, it did mighty well. For all your awards that you gained, for all your splendor, we've dug you a nice 6 feet grave. We place you in that nice 6 feet grave with very fertile soil, nice brown, deep, dark texture soil. We didn't want to just go with no red dirt. Nah, we did it right.
You gotta give them that organic dirt.
Fact. Give it that organic
Facts.
dirt. Fact. And we politely pat our shovels down as
To
we
get some organic daisies.
facts. As we push
That organic growth.
facts. We want to make sure that ground is smooth and gentle, because it's game over for that game. That game dead. So this is the problem. PlayStation extremists want you to believe that all their games are just topping the charts and all their games is just back-breaking sales all day long.
Yeah, they type the Twitter charts.
But yeah, they want to go into spaces and they want to do all this talking. And I mean, my goodness, man, y'all can talk, man. And basically just it's regurgitated talk. It's like y'all don't understand. People like me, realist, JyzalGamingTV, that's boring. We've already been there. We've already surpassed that kind of talk. But you ain't getting this kind of talk nowhere else. This is what makes this magical. We do this breaking news kind of talk. We do this stuff that you ain't gonna hear. People run from. It's scary. It's kryptonite. So now that The Last of Us 2 is dead, Destruction All Stars is dead, Godfall is dead, Returnal is dead, Ratchet and Clank is on Band-Aid. It's in the emergency. It's in the ER room. But the only game that I see that's just thriving out here, that's just swinging around, Spider-Man is doing damage out here, man. And Spider-Man just can't be faded. 5-hour game. I never would have dreamed in my wildest dreams that PlayStation fans, as much as they talk noise, is settling and is content and happy because they pushing that game up the leaderboards, JyzalGaming. Really?
Absolutely.
They're not done playing Spider-Man.
Look, man, when they left with no choice of a good game, they actually want to play. See, when they first got to there, like, man, pay $50 for no DLC. Then another month passes. They don't have anything. Like, dang, man. Spider-Man looking more attractive to them. That's why it's always at the top of their charts. Because eventually you get around, like, man, let me go ahead and just pay this $50 or this $70 so I can get the upgrade. Because there's nothing coming out.
Do y'all want to know? Realist, you're right. You want to know another great secret that they don't want to talk about? Miles Morales outsold Last of Us 2 when it sold over 4.1 million copies. So JyzalGaming and Realist, what does that tell you? That The Last of Us 2 didn't even sell more than that.
Yeah, but The Last of Us 2, man, like, they bragged about all the records it was breaking day one. But then game stores had to basically tell people that we're not taking any return anymore.
Right. We're not taking no more returns.
You know what I mean? Like,
y'all remember that? This is for real. Yeah. You might have to repeat yourself because you go on in and out. Go ahead and repeat yourself real quick.
When that game was initially released, and then Sony was talking about how many it sold, it was breaking records, fastest selling. But then you find out that video game outlets said that they weren't taking any more returns on the game because of so many returns.
You're right.
You had people selling that game on eBay the day after it was released.
This is facts.
So, I mean, you don't want awards, but it was awards for things other than being fun, for things other than gameplay. And when I say that to a Sony fan, they get a little sassy about it. But it don't really matter. Facts are facts, no matter what. That game is not what they want to hype it up to be. And I'm honestly, bro, I'm not into those movie games, but they are pretty. And Sony's gonna have to do something a little different, man. And they keep acting like everything Sony does is great, but they're gonna need to put some variety in there. You know what I mean? They're hyping up Spider-Man is coming in 4 years, and Wolverine is gonna probably come in 6. You know, Sony is not shy about blowing out fake things and delaying. Because they had a whirlwind from 2021 to what I think is gonna be 2023.
Yeah, I don't even want to talk about. I don't want to talk about Spider-Man 2 or Wolverine anymore. That's why you don't even hear me bring them games up. It's wasting my time to bring them games up. Wasting my time.
They're so far out, but
right.
Spider-Man is better than Starfield, man. You heard?
Look, man. Right. But Bethesda drops these buggy games that nobody likes. So Spider-Man is what's going to take the crown back. You know what I mean? Dude. Yeah, I mean, you gotta hear the talk, man. These dudes, they're hyping up games that they won't be able to touch. They don't even know if they'll be around by the time these games come out. Look, man, they mad because Perfect Dark, y'all, actually got news.
Right.
Talk about it. J-Rock, go ahead, talk about it. We're not sitting here when Perfect Dark got mentioned, it's because something happened. It ain't just because it's just out here and we just want to say it.
Right. They're teaming up with Crystal Dynamic. All of a sudden, it's a negative.
Hey, J-Rock, let me ask you something. What's up with these Xbox dudes talking about there was a typo? Like, who came out and said it was a typo? These dudes lost all that stuff just like that. Nigga, this was a triple A. It's a triple A. They said it was a quadruple A. It's a quadruple A. Until Phil comes out and says it was a typo.
I'm telling you, like that shit is irrelevant, man. I want to know where the hell these people get these rules from, where you can't team. If you're quadruple A, you can't team up with anybody else. Like,
bro, when have we ever seen a studio with the type of talent that they brought in at the initiative, bring in another AAA studio? Look, that sounds like a quadruple A move to me. That sounds like something unprecedented.
I'm telling you, like, they're like, who this has never been done before. Well, listen, it's not their fault. They got the money. They got Nadella saying that he's all in on gaming, so they get what they want.
Bro, Microsoft as a company has to find new avenues to make money. Windows can only take them so far. So when Nadella wanted to get out, he tried to spill. But they were already in agreement that they were not getting out of gaming, because why are we getting out of gaming when all of our closest competitors are coming in? When we already have a platform here.
If I'm in the initiative, right, I'm running the show. I go to Phil. I'm like, yo, Phil, we need it's a pandemic. We need more hands on deck in order to get this this game out on time. Whatever it's gonna be massive. And he tells them, listen, you could have the pick of the litter. Money is not an object. You know, like, don't worry about the money. Don't worry about nothing. Just have to pick a litter. Okay, let's go with a team that knows about revamping franchises. Let's go to Crystal Dynamic and get them, because they did a hell of a job. Highly rated, all of them. Tomb Raider games, right? How is that a fucking problem? Like, how is that a problem?
It's not a problem.
My person.
I mean, what do the A's mean when it comes to these games? AA, AAA, what is that about? You don't know?
Listen, man. It's
I know what it means.
What does it mean?
It means there's a big title budget game.
All right.
And it's going to be using it's going to be using things that ain't normally being used, that we've never seen before. And I was going to say something and I forgot what the heck I was going to say. Oh, well, I was going to talk about, keep going. I know what I was going to say. Go ahead, J-Rock. What were you going to say? Go ahead. I know what I was
going to say is about it's an indicator of the quality to expect of the game.
Yep, that's it. That's what it means. That's what budget. That's what. Listen, it's easy. Don't let it confuse you. Single A. What's the difference between single A and double A? Quality. What's the difference between the triple A to the double A? Quality. So
But what dictates that?
AAA is quality.
But what dictates that?
The amount
Budget.
of money and
The budget.
that involves in the game.
Right, the budget.
The budget. So how much does it cost to get some random support studio as opposed to bringing in Crystal Dynamics?
Right, it's gonna be more money. A whole lot more money involved. Yep.
So this is gonna be a big budget game, and I wouldn't be surprised if they brought in another support studio that we look at and be like, damn, they joined up too.
Yeah, they're all in. Listen, when the head of Microsoft said they're all in on gaming, they're all in on gaming. They don't care.
They're all in on gaming. They know what a good game is. After having so many flops, they know what a good game is. And another thing is, nobody has to rush. Got 36 teams and third parties working on exclusive games. IO Interactive. I mean, it don't sound like anything I want to play, but I know a lot of people love Diablo. And then you got Contraband. You got a whole bunch of other games that they're not even talking about. Right. Nobody has to rush. Go ahead.
All right, I'm about to get to it. The quadruple A, right? Let's just put it like this. It stands for A extra graphics. Like I said, it's going to be ridiculous, okay? So quadruple A has become something of a buzzword recently, but the term has been used as early as 2012. Now watch the merit to this. Grand Theft Auto 5's budget, including market cost, was $265 million.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
And it's one of the most expensive games developed. And it was a triple A game. So let me just tell y'all something. Microsoft is about to start spending hell of a lot more money than that on these quadruple A games. And I put an S on that. So you might as well stop daydreaming that Sony and Microsoft is even going to be on the same level moving forward. It's the worst, like I said from day one with this generation. The worst thing that y'all that oppose Xbox want to happen is that you keep living day to day and year to year, because that's going to be your crutch. As time moves forward, your days are going to be more saddened because it's not going to even be close anymore. Sony's not going to be doing quadruple A games. I'm telling you right now, that's not going to happen. These big budget games, and remember what I said, for the first time, Microsoft is going to start dumping that money into Xbox. Xbox is no longer going to be treated like a foster kid. All right? So now just imagine when Xbox all these years has been treated like a foster kid and it was still number 2 globally. Imagine what's going to happen and mock the words like I've been saying back in my other shows. Seamless Blackie, the one that invented the Xbox, said this: when Microsoft backs Xbox up with money, nothing can stop it. That is quote by quote.
That's facts.
That's facts. That is documented. So I'm just letting
what's going on, y'all?
That's not fair though, legal. That's not fair. Why can't they just grow it organically? Why do they have to spend the money?
Man, Microsoft just likes being heinous, bro. Like, why did they buy Ninja Theory?
But what?
I mean, I don't get it. Why did they buy Double Fine? Like, they're just buying studios because they can't satiate the audience with first-party titles.
Imagine you as a consumer giving a hell about that, man.
That's right.
Give a damn about. Just give me my games, man. I don't care. Just give me my games, man. It's not my money.
Hey, yo, Real, did you say
do what you got to do?
I want to say thanks to the Beast of Truth. He hit me up, said he wanted in, and like I said, man, he look, Beast of Truth has been in my spaces. He's been supporting me, but like I said, man, it's 2 to 3 guys out there, man, that really left an impact on me when it came to the knowledge. One was the Beast, the other one was King. I don't know his name. The King, I don't know, but he came out of nowhere. These
King
guys
Slayer, bro.
The realest, you know who I'm talking about.
King Slayer, man. F that man.
Yeah, King Slayer. King Slayer's the other one. Scotty Pipkin, or whatever his name is.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Scotty from Mars. These dudes here are just, I'm telling y'all right now, man, stop paying attention to these new guys out here. Just because they new, don't undercut them. This is what I've been talking about. I don't know. I never met these guys in my life, but they came out of nowhere and they remind me of me. They didn't ask for permission. They didn't ask for permission. J-Rocks and people didn't ask for permission. These guys come after the J-Rocks. And let me tell you something. I'm glad to know that there's strong Xbox people out here no longer holding back. You know your stuff? Come on out to the front, man. We want to meet you. We want to meet you. What up, Games Trailblazers? What's up, good? What's up, fam? Yo, I want to say this real quick before I let Beast say something, man. This situation that's going on with Crystal Dynamics, I just want to teach something, give some people some knowledge about Crystal Dynamics. One, it's an American video game developer that was founded in 1992 by ex-Sega developers. That's why I like them, for one.
Ooh.
Judy Lang and Madeline Kneppe and Dave Morse, based in the San Francisco Bay Area. It was acquired by Eidos Interactive, a British video game publisher, in 1998. After Square Enix acquisition of Eidos in 2009, it became a subsidiary of Square Enix. Crystal was first licensed developed for 3DO, a gaming hardware platform founded by Kleiner Perkins. Now watch this. This is where the knowledge, this is where what people got to understand where the knowledge comes in at. In 2003, Crystal Dynamics was handed the development responsibilities of Tomb Raider by Eidos Interactive, releasing Tomb Raider Legend in 2006. Now, I want y'all to know this was the crucial time for Lara Croft, because after this right here is when PlayStation, Nintendo, nobody wanted to have nothing to do with it. But listen closely. Permanently replacing original developers and creators' core design. So Crystal Dynamics took over. They have been in charge of multiple reboots and all spin-off games, and also approved the character for appearances in other media such as movies, TVs, and crossovers. Now watch this. Here it goes. In 2000, that Tomb Raider 2006, right? That was done for the Xbox 360, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the first one to the 2015 or something Tomb Raider. You remember Tomb Raider? What was it? Rise of the Tomb Raider. When did that one come out? That was the second part to this.
Yeah, that was the second one. Shadow was the third.
Yep. So the first one, the reason why the first one was even done, the reboot, was because this is the knowledge that people don't know, y'all. Microsoft came in and saved Lara Croft. There was about to be no more Lara Croft. But Microsoft said it would be a damn shame for Lara Croft to disappear. We're fans of Lara Croft, so they actually helped publish that game. But you won't hear Microsoft because they don't brag. Like I said, they're in the business of making other businesses better. So this is why we have Tomb Raider thriving today, because Microsoft came in, saved the day, let Crystal Dynamics keep doing their thing, and there's a partnership being handed. So as you can see, this
You mean organic growth?
Exactly. So
Cultivating?
Exactly. So
Nurture relationships?
Facts. So as you can see, that this relationship has been going as far back as 2006. Now watch this. Crystal Dynamics were only a supporting developer for Shadow of Tomb Raider, mostly being undertaken by the Eidos Montreal, who developed Tomb Raider in 2013's multiplayer mode. This was due to their responsibility, watch this, of working on Marvel's Avengers. So you still see the partnership happening today. This is why it's on Game Pass. In August of 2018, Crystal Dynamics opened a second studio in Washington. I guess nobody knew about that either, right? Named Crystal Northwest. So they grew. So as we can see throughout the years, Crystal Dynamics has gotten bigger. In order to aid them in the development of all future projects. After the completion of Marvel Avengers in September of 2020, it was announced they had begun hiring staff for their next game. It was unknown whether this was a Tomb Raider related. In 2021, Crystal Dynamics announced that they would be unifying all three timelines. Keyword, unifying, including their earlier work of core design, and Wilt's fans shouldn't expect an announcement soon. They suggested that they were already in development of their next game. I wonder what that is. A third studio, Crystal Southwest, was announced and will be led by Tomb Raider executive producer Dallas Dickinson. During a live stream for Tomb Raider: The Last Revelation, he revealed that Crystal had ambitions that were pretty damn big, but did not elaborate any further. There were also more suggestions that they were making the next game. So as of today, we found out that now Crystal Dynamics will be helping what? On Project what? Come on, what's the project?
Perfect Dark.
There you go. That's one of them. So this partnership with Crystal Dynamics and Microsoft been deep. Welcome to Di-RRec Gaming for your first time and only, and it's an honor for me to introduce Beast the Truth. Welcome in, man.
What's going on, brothers? What's going on, man? Yo,
What's
going on,
man?
Beast?
Sound good, man.
yo, when I woke up today, I thought it was gonna be a normal day, man. Go about business. Like if I join any spaces, it's gonna be about games. Then I look on Twitter and I see what I see, man. We all know what was up there. So, that dude ended up, the dude Brill, he started a little space. And we kept it casual, bro. But that shit, I don't know if you've seen, that thing blew up and turned into this big old conversation, right? So now you have people, it's crazy, like you said, they're not used to strong Xbox fans, right? They're used to our community kind of sitting in the rafters and kind of peeping down. You know what I'm saying? With certain guys like JyzalGamingTV. I see he been doing it for a minute. You've been doing it for a minute. There's certain key figures that's been, kind of talking about games, kind of representing our community for a minute, right? They're not used to see so many of us kind of come together and have these conversations that need to be had. And all of a sudden, they don't know how to handle themselves. So it's a beautiful thing, man. As far as I believe getting the community to engage and talking about not only the games, man, but checking some of these guys out here that need to be checked. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm coming from anyway.
You know what, man? I'm in the philosophy of JyzalGaming. And I'm just going to keep it a trillion. I've never worried about other men, and I'm not now.
Right.
I'm in my lane, and I stay right here where I'm at. I don't care what other people are doing. Because listen, man, they don't understand that whatever you doing, whatever you building your empire today, that's what you're going to die by.
Mm-hmm.
You live by the sword, you're going to die by the sword. Just ask Crab Gamer.
Right.
Just ask Red Dragon. All these little clowns that all throughout their years, they've been playing themselves, and now they stuck. They can't even be for real. Even if they want to be for real, nobody's going to accept them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to accept them for being real. So my thing is this, man. Y'all do y'all, and I'm going to do me. All right?
Hey, yo, and that's the point.
I'm not.
And that's the point, too.
I don't have to switch rule, and I don't have to be concerned. Spaces isn't my thing, so I'm not going to sit up here in front like all of a sudden Spaces is this revolutionary thing to what's going to change gaming. Because let me tell y'all what I see, right? Because we're grown men, and look, I don't have to mention names, and I don't care. Right. You can feel some type of way. It's not even about that. We talking as men. Let me tell y'all what I see. As long as I've been out here, and I'm looking up on my Twitter, I can't even come to Twitter, right, and have a peaceful day like the Beast of Truth said. And I'm looking up, and I see the title talking about racism in Xbox. Like,
right,
it done got to the point where y'all ain't even talking about games. So if you ain't even talking about games, the new legal don't even need to be in that situation. Because I'm a gamer, right? Since we always like to put those parentheses and quotation marks around that word, right? But if I'm a gamer, then that means I'm gonna be associated with gaming. This ain't BLM, this ain't KKK, this ain't Democrats, Independent Republicans channel, this ain't Fox News, this ain't CNN,
right?
This ain't MSNBC. This is Di-RRec Gaming. This is New Legal. This is the Xbox flag. This is the Xbox shirt. This is the Xbox hat. So once again, I'm going to say this once, and I'm not going to say this anymore. The people who know Di-RRec Gaming and understand where it comes from and understand that it's built upon Xbox, the Xbox community off my Xbox. It's my gaming channel wasn't built off the Twitter network, all right? It was built off of me gaming with people off my Xbox. So let's make that clear. New Legal came off a Mixer, so let's make that clear again. All right, so I'm associated around gaming. If you want to talk about what happened on Oprah Winfrey or what Steve Harvey did on Family Feud or what rappers battling in verses, keep that for Spaces. If that's what y'all want to make Spaces about, keep it over there. But anytime they know that New Legal drops the Spaces, they know it's going to be talking about what's up in the Xbox community. I'm hollering at
Hey, yo, right. And this is what I'll say to them dudes. I was thinking about that shit. I'm like,
all of that.
Hey, bro, and that was my point.
You
I'm
come
like,
to a Chevrolet dealership expecting to buy a Porsche, then you stupid. You go to Sewell Chevy dealership. You're going there expecting to buy a Chevy item. So when you come into Di-RRec Gaming or you walking around the New Legal, you know that it's Xbox over here. That's what I associate my community around, and that's what it's going to be around. There's no confusion here.
right.
So I don't even want to do it.
And here's the thing with that shit, though, bro.
To me.
We can do that. We can do that easy. We can talk about games for a whole week or a month, and we don't ever got to talk about a PlayStation.
That's
and
right.
that shit.
I don't even hear about nothing they do.
Right.
Because my fan base, and I don't even talk to them like that. They ain't even my fan base. They my peoples. We up in here in this chat room doing what we do. This ain't about being a fan of me. I done told my crew, this is my crew. How they a fan of me when we family? So when I'm dressing my family, my folks, my chat over here, which is really our chat, right? Because I'll be in the chat. Look, wait a minute. New Legal ain't excluded from chat. Watch me say what's up to him. I'm in here. Look, the New Legal's in the chat. Look at that. So we all in this, right? I don't exclude myself. This isn't the New Legal over here and everybody's over here. That ain't what this is, bro. That ain't what this is built upon. Like I said, you can go back and check my channel. There's a dude that came to my house and built my PC live and direct. He put this together for me to do this. So this mentality over here and what I'm doing this for is bigger than all this little nonsense you see. Because the homeboy that bought this, I didn't pay him. Look, bro, he bought this $1,500 to $2,000 equipment in my house right now. Put it all together, okay? That dude runs 17 gaming stores, all right? This dude runs that. So when I hear somebody like him say, this is what you're going to do, Legal, because, man, you done came up with my stores and you a real Xbox dude. This dude done hooked me up with real people in the gaming industry. I done talked to people. So it's deeper than just playing around on Twitter. And deeper than clout chasing. I don't have to clout chase. I ain't got to do none of that. You don't see JyzalGamingTV clout chasing. I don't see the realest clout chasing. We're out here. And first of all, I indulged myself in the Xbox community. I dove off the highest mountain and went in head first. I came down with a beautiful score, a 10. I didn't make a big splash, right? You get what I'm saying? I didn't come in here and everybody knew who I was. I came in here and got in here, and how I got known was just staying in my lane, taking out the trolls, leaving some carrots behind if you dig what I'm saying, leaving some hay bundles behind if you dig what I'm saying, and just staying where I'm at. Because I'm like this. They ain't stopping me from doing what I'm doing. I do whatever the hell I want to do. If I want to start a Spaces, I'll
exactly. Do it. You know what I think it was with me, though?
I rock whatever I want to rock.
I think people thought.
I've been doing this before social media. I keep telling people that.
Right.
This ain't new to me, bro. I don't care when I came in here about whose enemy is who.
Right.
That ain't none of my business who your enemy is, bro. Get on over here and talk this Xbox stuff. Let's do this.
Right. And I think that's where they got it misconstrued with me, bro. Like me being new, I only been doing this shit for like 3 months, bro, or something like that.
Look, or even invite me to your area, right? And let's talk gaming.
Right.
I'm not scared to jump over there or somebody else and be a guest and let's talk Xbox. My thing is this: as long as we're talking Xbox, then your name is always going to be mentioned. So you gotta understand how this thing works. I don't have to hear nobody talking about me. It's apparent. And some of you clowns out there can't help it. Y'all get emotional and a man's name will come out of y'all's mouth. But see, you don't see Legal doing all that every day. I ain't got to do all of that nonsense. Because
that's the only reason I checked them niggas today, bro. I got tired of hearing motherfuckers mention my name. Like, bro, now you know where I stand with you. Now you know who I am. So with all that shit said, bro, I don't got time for none of that. Don't come at me, bro. You don't got to worry about it. It's that simple.
Do what you do, Beast. Continue to speak truth and build up in the Xbox community, because there's a lot of great people, and I can lead you that way. There's a lot of great people that I know on Twitter that make me laugh every day. They ain't even in spaces, right? My big brother, old school. You ain't seen him in one spaces yet. Don't care.
No, I ain't saying old school G in those spaces.
You ain't gonna see old school G, my brother, who's an OG original gangster, right? St. Louis. I'm not even playing when I say that. You don't see him up in these spaces throwing all these carrots and hay bales out there. Come on, man. That guy runs with Blue. And you want to learn something? Get around Blue. Get around my brother, the dudes who built computers. These dudes done built computers. They have been around computer technology all their life. You know what I'm saying? Go holler at them and learn something. This little kitty stuff, I don't have time for that, man. I got
Right.
passion.
They want some Love and Hip Hop gaming edition. Like,
There you go.
Hey, facts.
I ain't with all of that, bro. This ain't no reality show. This ain't no reality TV show. This ain't Love and Hip Hop, bro. This ain't the New Jersey Housewives show over here. This is the streets, man. Who started live from the streets? You looking at them. So I built that. You know, I got people where I had to get them on my cell phone and put them up to a mic so they can listen to. You heard my man. Let me give him a shout out. You heard him in the spaces. Let me pull him up because he changed his name. I don't want to say his old name. Where's his name, man? Let me see. I got him. Hold on. He's coming up here. I'm pulling up his name. What's his name, man?
I know I personally love to check motherfuckers knock them off their pivot, bro.
Nubrico. Nubriko. Y'all heard him in my spaces. He told y'all where he popped up on my channel. He came right out of the Twitter space, right out of the Twitter world, and got on Di-RRec Gaming and spoke his mind, bro. A normal guy. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's my work. It ain't lined up with all that nonsense, bro. I don't have to wait.
Hey, I seen somebody
with that.
I seen somebody say something about Fable. Yo, that's my shit. That's the first game I bought when I got a 360, bro. It's funny when they say nobody buys an Xbox to play old games. Bullshit. When I bought a 360, my first game was Fable, bro. Because I had always wanted to play that game. Like back then when I was on PlayStation, I would see the Fable commercials and shit and be like, yo, that looks dope as fuck. But fuck Xbox, you know, because I was a PlayStation head. But when I got that 360, man, I got that Fable 1.
Down, fam. We might have kids watching. We try to.
Oh yeah, my fault.
You good? You good?
But yeah, when I got that 360, man, I went and got that Fable. I think I got Unreal Championship and Star Wars Jedi Knights. I think I got a couple of them games, man. So my first games on the 360 were old games. So that's kind of a whack narrative. You know what I'm saying? That makes no sense. But I'm ready for that Fable 3, man, or 4, whatever it's going to be called. Yeah, whatever. If it's anything like the old one, as long as you transform, you know, your character go from good to bad or whatever due to your moral choices, because that's big in games.
That's right.
Like if it's just an old one updated, bro, I'll take that. I don't care what they do, as long as it's close to that formula, and I'm fine because I love that game. It's like my
so what if they make it not so cartoony? Would you be cool with that?
I mean,
because you remember he had like these huge oversized hands.
Yeah,
he was, you know what I mean.
I'll be fine.
They make it more realistic.
Hey, long as it's that core gameplay mechanic that drew me in, because they sold me on the tale of you starting at this young kid, and he goes through these moral choices of right and wrong, good and evil, and he transforms and gets these powers. That pulled me all the way in. So I don't care what they do graphic wise, as long as they keep their spirit of that game, I'm in there, bro.
And the humor, right? The humor,
right?
Point.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, because you got another UK studio to bring that UK humor.
Yeah, the Lionheart.
Because Lionhead was from over there, and that's what they brought.
That's right. Yeah. So now the beast is in here, man. What's one thing that stood out for you that you're getting excited for when it comes to Xbox? Anything that strikes your mind, man? Because we're coming to a close, but I just wanted to get you hit me up, man. So you in here. So bring up a topic that you feel that is worth noted in our community, and it's something that you're excited about, man.
Honestly, man, like Fable my thing. I like all the games coming to Game Pass. I want to see what they have all these studios. What is it, 23 at this point? They have all these studios, and they just officially made Bethesda them. They updated the site to officially include them in there. So I'm excited for the possibilities, man, because we all got into Xbox because they were for gamers, right? Compared to PlayStation that we grew up on, they kind of took this identity more towards the single player story experience. I mean, it is what it is. For me, Xbox represents something for everybody. So with these new studios, you know, people saying where's the games, but bro, we have everything from the FPS boost to VRR. We have all these
Everything,
things,
bro.
man, to make our older games better in our current games. So with all this they have now, and they've
Emulation.
learned it.
We got emulation now getting a bump.
Right, man. And they've kind of learned, they found their identity, right? Because they went through a bit of identity crisis because we the ones who didn't know, you know, what was best. Like we were talking about the original Xbox One launch. They already seen what was happening. We're doing it now. So now that they have their footing right, they got their bearings together. Xbox gonna make some great things that we ain't even gonna be able to foresee, right? We ain't see a lot of this stuff coming like it did. So I'm looking forward to the possibilities, bro. And again, Fable, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to them updating even more games with the FPS boost. Definitely that, because that's a great feature, man. I done went back and played so many games that was just 30 frames before that FPS boost, like Shadow Warrior 2. That was a sleeper game that came out. It's a hidden gem. Real great game, man. It's like a Diablo type shooter, man. I'll put it like that. But it was always 30 frames. I'm like, I wish this game played a little better. Man, they put it on FPS boost, 60 frames. Man, I had like 3 times as much fun with that game. So I'm just looking forward to what Xbox doing, man, with all that they have now and all that they've learned, you know.
Hey, yo, and when does 3 come out? Shadow Warrior 3, you know?
Man, I thought it was supposed to come out this year, but it may be next year. What I don't like about it, man, like 2 was co-op, right? 1 was originally single player, and I think they kind of had a PC crowd where it originated at, and they were like, we wanted to go back to a more story-ish experience, because the dude, you know, he got a lot of, I guess, what they call it, toilet humor or whatever. He got a lot of dirty jokes or whatever. So they kind of wanted to go back to that. So far as I know, it went back to 1 player. It looked real nice, but it's one player focus. Yeah. I don't like that part. But I think it come out at this point, since we ain't heard too much about it, it's probably coming out next year, I believe.
Yeah, if then, because like they announced it like 2 years ago.
Yeah, man. It's been a hot minute. What about you though, Willis, man? What you think? What you excited for as far as Xbox?
Well, I mean, because at first he asked me that, but man, I'm excited for all these games we got coming out. Like these games that are announced. I think we're all just like you excited for the possibilities, you know, of what's to come because there's so much we don't know. But man, I'm excited for every game that's coming out because, like Legal, the majority of them are not games that I would typically play. Scorn, Chorus. I still got to get the 12 minutes and what's the other one that everybody's playing? Something about music. But it'll come and it doesn't matter anymore. Man, I'm excited about all these games I got to play. You know what I mean? Got pressure to finish games that I've been kind of lollygagging on because I don't want to have them hanging when the new games come around.
Facts.
You know, everybody's excited about Halo. I want to start playing Forza because I meet a whole lot of Forza guys, and I think that will make it a whole lot more fun for me. Because I normally get out there and play by myself and just play with random people. But I'm excited for these games, man. We got these games coming that are announced, and we know they got games in the works, and we got Game Pass, saving a lot of money. My baby can barely ask me for anything, so that's what I'm excited about the most. These games we got coming,
bro. Could you imagine if we were our kids' age? Because my son's 10 and 11, my daughter.
They don't understand,
bro. Could you imagine? I remember when we were little. My cousins had this thing called a Sega channel. I went in and visited them in like Fayetteville or whatever, and so we went downstairs to their basement, and they had this thing called a Sega channel where they had all the Sega games. I'm like, bro, what is this? Like, I can pick all these games. How you got all these? I don't really know what it was to this day because I never looked it up as I got older.
Prototype.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you're right. So as we kind of grew up, you know, overall, we didn't really have that. We had the cartridges, the CDs, and all these. Man, our kids today, they have access to all these games. Like I just renewed my Game Pass. I'm gonna do my boys' I think next month. No, November. I got to do it. But they get over 300 games, man. I learned my lesson because I bought these dudes. Plants vs. Zombies, Battle for Neighborville, new.
And then
I go in their room,
play.
bro. Yes, I went in their room and they playing the O, and I'm like, why are you playing the O? And they were like, because we like this one too. Next thing I know, I bought that game brand new. Like a month or so later, it was out on Game Pass. I'm like, nope, never again. Y'all dudes getting Game Pass, and that's all. Like, it made me waste my money, man.
That is true, man. That is true. That you have me over laughing because that's exactly how we be doing things.
Bro,
I remember,
that's why I said my baby can barely ask me for anything. Because, hey, they'll look through Game Pass and find something. You know what I mean? He already knows. There's got to be something that ain't in Game Pass that is not in Game Pass. Can I have it? Because, man, they don't understand. Cartridges. You have to beg. I don't know where y'all come from, but I didn't come up from a lot of money. So, for the most part, it was either Blockbuster, birthdays, or Christmas. So,
man, I remember buying, what was it? Taking the demo disc out of these like Game Informer magazines.
Yep.
And just playing these demos over and over, like Too Extreme, Twisted Metal here and there, like Road Rash.
Hey, yo, bro, that's how I got into Armored Core, bro.
I used to play that shit over and over on the demo kit.
Facts.
Yeah, they stopped that, and then Xbox keeps, you know, every year they try to bring it back, but they just don't have the right caliber of games, in my opinion. I mean, I did play Lawnmower Simulator, and I did play Tunic. You know what I mean? If we can get some more Tunic-type games, you know what I'm saying? I'll be all about that demo program that Microsoft's trying to build up every summer.
And you're right, man. Don't be surprised if Tunic comes out. That is another one that's going to drop. That's a Windows 10 PC gaming and Xbox.
Well, that guy, he's increased his team size. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, because like Son of Iron, that dude, you know what I mean? He was doing everything pretty much by him. So same thing with the great memory guy. So it might be a lot of refining they need to do because I played through a lot of things because a lot of games that I played, I mean, you had glitches, you had sometimes the game would freeze on you when you're damn near about to beat it. So a lot of the things that people complain about are just taking a stride, but it did have those issues, and those might be the things that they're taking the time to work out. Because like I told you, with Microsoft, nobody has to rush. Everybody's getting money. They got a pipeline of games coming through so that nobody has to rush. So I believe that they'll get that game together when it's ready. Same thing with Bright Memory.
Facts. Look what 9foot just said. xCloud on console.
9foot been killing it.
9foot. xCloud on console sounds dope. I don't have to use my laptop for Ethernet connection on cloud anymore. Thumbs up. That's it. That's it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's better on Ethernet, man. I mean, you know, we live in major cities, so we got 5G. So like, but I playing. I'm almost like dude I deal with in this game, Anthony. I'm almost like him when it comes to xCloud. I don't have any issues, no hiccups, no nothing. I'm playing Destiny on my phone with the Razor, like no problem.
Yeah, xCloud is crazy, man.
Yeah, xCloud, and it's only going to get better. You know, one of the reasons why they bought Bethesda was for Orion, and I don't even think they started to implement that.
Orion, what's that? I'm not familiar with that.
Orion, that was Bethesda's streaming platform that they were trying to build. Whether they did build, they did have very low latency. That they were playing Doom on display with no hiccups, and the internet connection didn't need to be as fast as it does now.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. I don't even think, because see, that's part of the reason why Microsoft wanted to deal with Bethesda. They had that Orion technology. And I don't think they even started to implement that. You already know that when Bethesda drops a game, it's going to utilize it. And I feel like common sense would lead me to believe that they're finding ways to implement that into other games that hit Game Pass for streaming.
Hey, yo, speaking of Game Pass, let me ask y'all this. I seen the dude say something about Avengers. Hey, you know what's funny, realist? Man, what I said to Cowboy. I was like, bro, I'm gonna give it a chance when it hit Game Pass. That was like a month ago. And look
It's
at that
the only
game.
way.
Yo, yo,
And
that game.
Crystal Dynamics knows too.
Right. Like I wasn't about to buy that game because that Spider-Man thing, man. That was corny, man. I don't care if they got the rights or not. Like, come on, bro.
I ain't paying the same amount for less content.
Right. That was corny. But now that it's on Game Pass, y'all, how about y'all gonna play it? Or any of y'all
No
bought it
risk,
already?
man. Hey, with old boy, man, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah,
I have
I mean,
nothing to lose.
it has
I
all
absolutely
the
have nothing to lose.
content. It has the expansion. We're getting the Xbox Series version. Like, why not?
For real, bro.
You know what? J-Rock says something that's striking. You know what? We're gonna have to start making up a new narrative, but it's a true narrative. If we have an Xbox Series experience, wouldn't you say that's an exclusive experience?
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
And you said it earlier.
You could say that with Psychonauts.
Fact.
Well, you can say it.
Don't try to make this an equal bridge. Like if you're not playing your games on the Xbox Series X, then you're playing it at a different experience. So therefore, we can actually say if the games are coming out, because if it hits the Xbox Series X, and there is a ton of evidence as a big differential, then we can call it an Xbox Series X exclusive based off the experience.
Facts. I mean, I don't knock anybody however they want to describe it. All I know is if you got Game Pass, you can boot that thing up and get in the game.
I mean, it's like this. Look, if you had let's just say an F-16, an F-14, right? And then you had a Boeing jet plane, right? Cargo jet plane, passenger plane. You had all those planes, C-34s and all of that stuff, right? And everybody's flying a plane, right? Right, realist? But then here you come in an F-22. And you just come out of nowhere and just zoom past everybody. Now we're all flying. True, Beast, J-Rock, and me, we all got planes, but we don't have an F-22.
That's not the same experience.
We can't relate. Just like, and then the guy will laugh at all of us and say, "Yeah, but y'all ain't in this space shuttle and he going out of space." See what I'm saying? So I think it's time for us to come up strong now and really let people know the business out here. Yeah, y'all are gaming, but y'all ain't gaming like us, man.
I agree.
There's got to be some standard markers now. We're going to have to start holding up some standard markers.
Right.
Like
that's exactly what I said. Somebody said, yo, J-Rock, but that was on PlayStation Now for months ago. I said, but not in the same capacity because they didn't give you no expansions. They gave you the PlayStation 4 version. You didn't have the opportunity to experience the PlayStation 5 version, even if you played it on PlayStation 5. That was not an option for you. You got the PlayStation 4 version for your PlayStation 5.
Hey,
that's not the case with Game Pass.
Y'all right though. When they be talking about that PlayStation stuff, they always try to highlight that PS5 experience, but they try to group everything about Xbox together. So yeah, we got to change that narrative. Like the Series X ain't like nothing else, bro. Matter of fact, my dude put me on to something. I forgot my brother's name, man. Dude, his picture's like white and grayscale. He got he playing a guitar or something. I forgot the dude's name, but he sent me a site, and another dude did too. You can play on the Microsoft Edge browser. There's a site you can play emulated games on. I just found out about this. Like you can do demo or go to that site through OneDrive. So I got to test that out.
We talked about that the start the show, bro. Yep. Talked about the retro art. Talked about the Edge browser where you don't even need to download anything. All things are available mode.
That's crazy.
I didn't mean to really cut you off, but yeah, man, it's like Xbox has better back compat than the PlayStation. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
They do their backwards compatible in their games better than them.
Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about before I want to drop the bomb. I really don't want to drop the bomb so late, but we're gonna talk about it. The real back compat. If you want the most realist back compat possibility, if you're a PlayStation owner, you must have two consoles. That's the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 5. Then you're sealed. But you're gonna have to buy all those physical copies. You're gonna have to buy them all. But that's your back compatibility. With Xbox, all we need is a 360 and an Xbox Series X if we want to get our full. So nobody's really special here. The only difference is without our 360, we still have tons of backwards compatibility games. That's the difference. So Xbox still is the king of backwards compatibility. What is PlayStation doing right now? You know what's sad? It's
Director's Cut remaster.
Well, Nintendo is doing a service for back compatibility. Can y'all believe that?
Nintendo sucks.
Service for
that's
back
crazy.
Compatibility. This is nonsense, man. In 2021, you know what? I hope that all you gamers out there that don't demand better, I want y'all to hear me real good. Y'all deserve everything you get. Everything you get, you deserve it because y'all don't speak up. I hope Nintendo even raised their prices up on y'all.
They did.
Look at what you say, Real? They did.
They did. They raised the prices if you want to play these F-Zeros and Ocarina of Time. That's why I ain't mad at the emulators. Because Nintendo's been doing this, forcing people to do it. That's why when this little group I'm in, man, and they were talking about how you stealing. No. I just found another option because I've asked Nintendo nicely. And they jerk me every generation.
Man, Nintendo bugging, man. They need to add a GameCube. I keep telling people that. The GameCube has some of the realest games I ever played on it. But they added the 64.
Did you see what they did to us, though?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and that's what I told Legal. I said, if they change the media delivery with the next console, I'm done. If they don't have a less slot in there for me to push my cartridges in, if I can't play my digital games, I'm done. Because every generation they change the delivery so that you have to buy all that crap again. Right. I'm done. If they don't have a less slot for me, I'm done.
Yeah, they definitely need to get with a back compatible thing, man, because Xbox leading the way. Xbox, I was telling people before they even came out with the series, I'm like, bro, did you hear what they said? They said that what was it? It was a show or something they were doing. I can't even remember exactly. But they said they was gonna follow the PC model. They said you're gonna be able to take everything with you. People was like, nah, whatever. Now you see now. So Xbox's model is like a PC, as we know. From
it makes sense.
I think Phil Spencer said from every Xbox going forward, I'm pretty sure he did, that you're gonna be able to take all your stuff with you. They end in generation as far as the traditional way. And that's how it's supposed to be, man. Like a PC. No matter how much you upgrade your PC, you can play all of your stuff. So that's why the Series S is like a minimal spec PC, and the Series X is like a ultra, So your PlayStation, I guess that you can do the 4 or whatever. I guess they try to kind of damage control they fan base, try to downplay it or whatever. Nintendo, man, we love Nintendo, and that's why they kind of get away with so much, because they are, man, it's stuff you can only get at Nintendo, man. Like I just got finished playing the Switch with my sons, man. All that the Mario Kart, all this stuff.
Yo, look, I'm tired of giving Nintendo passes.
Right.
And you know what makes it sad? You want to know what makes it sad? I'm not doing it no more. And I got all them consoles. The sad part is how you're saying it. Nintendo is a kiddie console. It's a kiddie console. So if it's a kiddie console and parents like the Beast and I who got kids and the Realist that got kids, J-Rock ain't got no kids, he's still doing his thing.
Yeah, he think with the big head.
Yeah. But for us that got the kids, Nintendo is perfect in our homes, and we like to sit down and play with our kids. So you would think a company that has the kiddie games, why would you be so hard on my pockets? Why? That's for the kids. Like, Why would you make it hard for parents to afford them games when you're making kiddie games? You're not even making high demanding games at all. And the games that Nintendo are making that are getting, they don't even attract me because the games that attract me for Nintendo are those classic makers, and they don't really make nothing new. What new IP can somebody name me a new IP that's been a record breaker for Nintendo? I said a new IP.
I can't think of one.
You can't, because the only ones that are going to knock it out the gate is Mario, Zelda. That's it.
Pokemon.
Well, not pretty much everything they drop is gold right now. Because
Smash.
Animal Crossing knocked it out of the park, and Metroid.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry, you just said it. Animal Crossing was that new IP.
That's
right.
not new. That's not new.
Yeah,
I mean,
these legacy
compared
titles.
to the community,
Splatoons.
it's not. You're right. As far as the detail of new IP, no. But new to that community, yes. Because Animal Crossing wasn't in the Nintendo community.
Yeah, it never blew up like this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
New Leaf and then New Horizon.
Right, but I guess you're still right. We got to speak facts. It ain't a new IP, so you're right. Look, Mario Kart is a banger. The reason why I'm not mad at Mario Kart,
because you like it.
No, I'm gonna be I'm gonna be honest. The reason why I'm not knocking Mario Kart because it's different. Everybody had racers. Nintendo made a kart game.
Right.
They made a kart game, so that was
fun,
good,
man.
and it's fun.
Hey, let me ask y'all something real quick.
Hold on, Realist. Hold on. Let me finish this.
Okay, go ahead, man.
When you look,
because I want to forget.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, because you will forget.
You know,
He'll hit me up, man. He'll put the Houston on me, y'all. Y'all don't know. Dude be calling me up, getting gangster with me if I make him forget. Go ahead, bro.
Bro, hey, did y'all play Diddy Kong Racing?
Hell yeah, boy. What?
Yep.
Bro, what a rare drop one of those on the Xbox, but it came because those are Nintendo properties.
Yeah,
bro.
My bad.
I mean,
you know how long it took me to beat that fat pig boss race shit.
Bro, Diddy Kong was real. That was a good.
Bro,
race.
but with Xbox playing nice, I don't think they would let Mario. Would they let Mario and Donkey Kong come? Or would they just release it on both consoles?
Let me see if I have that game. There's a game.
What, Diddy Kong Racing?
Find something real
That
quick.
shit was fire, bro.
Dude, I played it on my phone.
Bro, if they did that, if they started partnering up like that, I want to see Smash Bros. In 4K 120 or something. Bro, that's my thing. That's my thing, man.
Nintendo allergic to 60 though, man. They're allergic to 1080.
Right. You know what, man? That's y'all was talking about. You know, you were saying how Mario Kart is unique. Man, a lot of Nintendo games kind of unique, man. PlayStation tried that one game. What was it called? J Stars or something like that. They Smash Brothers type anime game. But it kind of it was niche, you know, whatever. I want Xbox. Matter of fact, y'all asked me about that question. I want them to do a Smash Brothers type game. They got that Nickelodeon game coming out. It look a little trash. I ain't gonna lie. The fighting is okay, but it ain't no voice acting. There's no items, so it's gonna be more like a Nickelodeon version of Brawlhalla or whatever. Right. I want Xbox to do a Smash Brothers type game. Now, in the past, during the Xbox One launch era, I believe Phil Spencer, I believe it was him or somebody they had because they were like kind of polling. They said they don't feel like they got enough characters, popular characters. At this point, in the future, they do. They can make Smash with everything from Halo to Gears to all of Bethesda. Bro, the possibilities are endless. So I really hope Microsoft tap in to explore these new, you know, areas and make a Smash Bros type game, like Microsoft version. I want to see that.
Listen, if you notice over the years, man, over the generations, Sony has stopped innovating, like taking chances with their games, man, with their first party games. Like,
facts.
I remember when they first came out, all this Rapper, whatever. These kind of little crazy games they used to have, man. That they don't do that no more, man. They closing down those studios, and they just listen. We're not even taking. They closed down the Motorsport studio. What was it? The ones that did Drive Club. They closed them down. I remember
They were big. They were making games for them from PlayStation 2, 3, all the way. Like,
Yeah, and
But
then
see the thing,
they stopped, man. Like all
hey,
this,
bro, and then people,
they used to have that siphon filter, the
right,
twisted metals. Like,
bro, and then people get mad at me when I like that. Who is the Beast of Truth video that I got pinned? People get mad at me when I say that. Like, bro, we know. Stop talking to us like we don't know PlayStation, bro. We know PlayStation. Y'all don't. So
right.
you know that's the thing. Like, we know how great they can be, but y'all settle for whatever. That's crazy to me.
they're not gonna. That's why they gotta buy these Marvel characters, and they gotta milk these IPs that they created that they know have a following, because they are not willing to take those chances for unique experiences.
Now look at Jack and Daxter.
That's
What
done.
happened to them? What
Everybody's
happened to
sleeping on this one right here. And
Spiral?
this is a key. This one's a key racer right here. This is actually the biggest kart rider drift. Well, it's actually it's a racer though. It's like a kart racer though. I spelled it wrong, but it is kart rider. I'm sorry, y'all. Kart rider. Let me.
Hey, don't sleep on Sonic either, though. It's old, but don't sleep on Sonic.
Oh yeah,
This
Sonic.
game been out 15 years. It's an Asian. I think it's from. It might be China, but it's an Asian. It's an Asian racer, and it has amassed over 380 million players.
Woo.
This game, I played this game when it was like a demo. Yeah, it was a beta. They're working on it. This game isn't over with, y'all. It's still out there. It's a beta, but it's in ID at Xbox. So expect this game to come out. When it comes out, it's going to be a big deal because it's going to cross over between PC and Xbox.
And what'd you say the name of it was?
Huh?
What'd you say the name was again?
Kart Rider Drift.
All right.
I'll spell it. I don't even know if it's still out on the Xbox. Let me spell it the way.
No, I can spell it.
It looks like this. That's how it, when you put it together, you got to put it like that right here.
Hey, did y'all see what dude said? 9-foot UT. He said, "How about an online crossover hero shooter with Xbox shooter IPs like Halo, Gears, Wolfenstein, Doom, and Quake characters? That is a unique
that'd
idea."
be dope. Like I said,
Bro,
that would be dope. And it'd
all
be
that's
more
in play.
mature. I'm with it, man. I am with it. That would be so super dope, man.
Listen, right now, Microsoft is in the best position they've ever been, man. They're dominating so many genres of games right now. They got the races on lock.
You're right, J-Rob, but I'm about to go to the bomb question.
They got these shooters on lock. They got the Western RPGs on lock.
Lock. Click, clack.
We got the bomb question. I still ain't get an answer for this. What's going on out here?
Come on, man.
Y'all holler at me on this one, man. Like, come on, do y'all not see the genius in this?
Oh, why has Halo Infinite taken over Twitter? Because they fear greatness. Not they fake greatness, real greatness. Like, since Halo launched on the OG Xbox, where's PlayStation's equivalent? So the king is back. The king is back. So
all the competitors have died off, man. They gone.
Right.
Yep.
Killzone, Eradicated. The other thing.
Haze.
What was it? What was that other thing? Not Mag. Was it Mag?
Haze.
Yeah,
Mag, Haze, all
crazy.
that.
It's just nothing like Halo, man. They gotta find a reason to be mad. That's why. They have nothing else to talk about on the PlayStation side. So they gotta talk about Xbox games. I challenge dudes this, right? People on their side salty at me because they know who I am now or whatever. I ain't one for that bull. So I challenge them this. Don't talk about Xbox for a whole week. Let's see if they have any news. That's why Halo taking over Twitter. They don't got nothing else to talk about.
They ain't got nothing to talk about without Xbox. Without Xbox, they got nothing. I mean, they don't. What happened to the Halo killer? You know what I'm saying? They don't have nothing multiplayer. That's why when they were talking about the racist stuff, and I encounter way more on Xbox. Of course, it's way more interaction online on Xbox. Y'all playing God of War and Spider-Man. Who you need to talk to?
Right, bro. 99% of them
Stupid
have the
boy.
exact same
You
experience,
stupid
bro.
for that one. Look, it's been that way. Yo, if they look, man, this was funny. Because we actually got the donkey community talking about it. But man, listen, they wouldn't even have survived the 360 era, bro. They wouldn't have
What?
survived that one. That one was ruthless. The 360
Oh man.
is in history for the
What?
most craziest comments. Man, you could go online and look this up. The most craziest comments ever recorded in gaming. Most all of that came from the 360. You had people talk about, man, I'll meet you outside. Where's your mama? Where's your
For
daddy?
real,
Where you live? Oh, it was crazy on the 360.
bro.
Legal. They literally had to change the lobby system off of that. Like right now, you can't. You remember how
Fact.
you used to stay for matches after matches with the same group of people talking.
Right.
All right,
Yes.
all right. You talking that shit? Run it back. Run it back. Let's see what happens.
They
All right,
break
run
it
it.
up now.
And now they break it up, bro. You can't even
And
find the
you
people
can't
that
even
was talking.
talk in between
Right.
sessions. He's right. I remember
Yeah.
on Gears, bro. When it go in between the matches, you in there running your mouth. I remember in
Right.
between, before it even start, doing it in the opening, you was talking mess, man. I was like, all right, you know, say by the third round, we can either pick. This is what I used to tell people. You can pick one round, we'll give it to you. We'll give you one round, but just know it will never go you will never win two in a row. So they would get mad when we would say that. So we would be like, which one do you want to go? The first one or the second one? There can't be no third one. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to be us. So you either got to get that first win or take the loss. Take the second win. We're going to take the first win. We're going to take the third win. Because you ain't going to never get the third win. So they used to get mad at us, bro. So I remember on 3 when they had those sawed offs and they hadn't modified them yet. So like you could get everybody in a bunch, man, and hit that sawed off and kill 5 people in a row, right? It was that crazy. Well, one crew came out one time, man, we were knocking them off, right? And so they switched up on the next round. All of them switched off the sawed offs. So they came out just killing them. So we was like, okay, so you're gonna do your sawed offs. So we switched back up to our nationals. We was like, look, we ain't even gonna shoot them down. We're gonna just nash them to death, keep a distance, because it would only work close up. Man, we started working them, dude. That whole team just left. Turned in the box. It was so funny, man. But like you could talk crazy. They could literally hear you. You could go in the game chat and it was the 360. And do you want to know what's crazy? That Microsoft, all that was a test. Because you remember they were fixing the online chats for Valve. So you know how they did that, right? They experimented on the 360. That's why we were like we were, because they were experiencing online chat within a gaming community, you know, how people react and how people act through us. So we help build. If you ever played 360 and you ever threatened somebody's life online, you are a part of why this community has grown great today. And I'm guilty.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. Shit almost got real with me.
Really?
Everybody back then, everybody back then was a UFC fighter or a fucking sniper in real life. Lord, forgive me the cussing. I
I'm
swear
gonna
to
wait
goodness.
I'm gonna wait on the realist to get back here because I'm gonna
Listen,
make you
man.
laugh.
So
There was
so
this dude.
somebody asked me what made the Xbox community great. I was like, because it's an actual community. Like from the inception of Xbox, it's always been about bringing people together. Since the
Right.
OG Xbox, they wanted to bring people together with Xbox Live. Like they put microphones in the consoles. Like they shipped them with microphones so you could talk and communicate with people. That you ain't have to buy an extra mic. You ain't have to buy an adapter. It came with an Ethernet port. That wasn't the case with the PlayStation. It came with 4 port. It came with 4 ports for 4 controllers. That wasn't the case with PlayStation. PlayStation only had 2. You had to buy the multi-tap in order to play local multiplayer, right?
Yep.
Of more than 2 people. Like everything about Microsoft was about building a community, and that's why I've stuck with it since day one, because that's where all my family is at, my friends. Since they built the community from day one. You
Big
can't
fact.
find that. You can't find that on any other platform. Like if you were to ask what's been multiplayer like movements in gaming, right? You're not gonna find that on PlayStation. You can't point to one game and be like, yo, that shit was a movement when it dropped. Everybody
That's
was on it.
fact.
You was flying across the
Yo,
country. You was flying across the country to play people in SoCal. You was going to Japan to play people in this. It was tournaments and LAN parties and pizza parties and sleepovers. You were cutting school just to play with your friends. Like what
You know what I
game do
have?
they have?
J
What
Rock
game
is
do they
right.
have that happened with?
hey, yo, I have an epiphany.
J Rock is 1,000% correct. You know what I haven't never seen? I've never seen any game out of the PlayStation community to cast an uproar in a gaming society like Halo 2 did.
Hey, bro,
Right.
yo,
And
I had
Gears,
Never.
bro. When Gears first dropped,
I
and
remember
people were
no, you're right.
they were
It was
showing us
Gears
the
2. Yep.
chainsaw,
Yep.
and these locusts getting chainsaw, bro.
You're
Everybody
right.
lost it. Like,
You're
oh
right, because
shit,
the Locust matched the. You know what? J Rock has actually spent. You know what? You see, this is why it's good to talk to real Xbox gamers, because sometimes nobody's above approach, right? Nobody's above correction. You know what's funny? Here's the facts on that. Halo 2 broke records, unprecedented records, right? As
mm-hmm.
far as campaign goes. Gears of War 2 shattered uh the Halo community off the multiplayer mode. That's crazy,
Well,
ain't it?
yo,
That's crazy. Gears 2 shattered the total base of the Halo community on the ground. The multiplayer community overrid that. You go look
hey,
that up.
bro, yo, I had an epiphany about that. When y'all was saying that, like how Xbox brings people together. And I
Yep.
said this before, right? You even see Microsoft, Phil Spencer, you see the whole Xbox community tweeting out positivity,
right.
talking about stopping toxicity. And I try to tell people this, so it dawned on me when y'all was talking about Halo and Gears. Maybe the reason some of these dudes is like that, and we ain't excusing their ignorance, they've never had a game that encouraged them to be together and socially
Right.
communicate. They're always playing by themselves. That's crazy. Like Xbox gamers are encouraged to interact with one another. The path Xbox
Since
takes
day
is about
one.
right. We're playing together, so we have better people skills. These dudes is playing by themselves most of the time, and things like God of
Mm-hmm.
War and Uncharted or whatever. So their people skills are whack. Like they come together and talk about the game, but they don't know how it feels to go multiple games. Like when you do your 20th hour in God of War, after you're done with that, people putting a 200th hour in again, Gears, Halo, Forza. So we know how it feels to have prolonged relationships with people in games. They don't know how that feels. So that's part of their psyche, why they're so toxic. They're used to being detached from playing with other players, in the game, in real good games they enjoy. Most of the time when you play these third party games, you're not really talking to all those guys. You just hopping on Call of Duty for a quick game or whatever, and then you're done. You know what I'm saying? But
Bro, all you need to
besides,
do is analyze Axel story of the most fun they ever had playing a multiplayer game, right? From their inception. Most of them are gonna say, "Oh, GoldenEye, Perfect Dark,"
right,
right? But that system itself, that N64, right? It came with 4 ports, so you could do that locally. It was encouraging, um, that it was encouraging you to be with other people, right? Nintendo did it, right?
right,
And then when you go with the Smash community in Nintendo, that shit was massive. That was a movement too. Super Smash Brothers, it still is. People were
Yeah,
facts.
shout
flying
out to
everywhere to
Nintendo
enter
for Donkey Kong
to
selling over
right.
65 million copies as of March
It was
2021.
encouraging people to interact with one another. I know people who from California coming over here to play some of my boys in Brooklyn and from SoCal, and they were facing each other, like going at it. Some of them flew to Japan to face people with the best Japanese players. Now tell me the equivalent of that on PlayStation. You can't.
That's
Like,
crazy.
we're like SOCOM. SOCOM for me, the biggest multiplayer thing was SOCOM and Twisted Metal. 'Cause I remember one of them had an online match, but that's about it. But it was never a big movement. Like their biggest games that hit the industry are single player games.
Right. That man, that's pretty crazy, man. They're not used to them social experiences. And it's like the guy 9 foot said, looking in this chat, he said maybe this is a dumb point, but notice how PlayStation players who play Warzone, Fortnite, X aren't nearly as toxic as the fanboys. Well, because like what we're talking about, they're getting a dose of that social experience. Like if you focus more on, more community games, then your people skills are better. You're gonna meet different kinds of people. If all you doing is playing these single player games, man, your mind is kind of skewered towards a like me type of mentality. That's how I see it anyway. And I was
Right,
starting to
and
make a
that
little
and
more
that and
sense.
that's why they can't comprehend why we like these multiplayer games so much. And they always like, oh, you guys like pew pew. Doesn't have enough pew pew. Those shooters. No, it's not about pew pewing. It's about
Right.
the interacting with people, your family, your friends. That's what having fun with them.
But
That's
J-Rock,
what
that's the
gaming is about.
misconception, right? That's that diluted pond water they drink, right?
Mm-hmm.
They know all about that because their biggest game on their console is Call of Duty.
Right.
See what I'm saying? The
Mm-hmm.
the thing is this, man. Look,
Look at Sea of Thieves for all the shit they could talk about Sea of Thieves. That's a big community.
that's a
Bro,
big community,
CFDs see
bro.
more time than anything they got. That is the
Yeah, it's
irony.
bigger than anything. Yeah, exactly. It's bigger than
Mm.
anything they got, bro. That's what's funny. Look, there's there's three. Look, right now, right? These three have been carrying the weight. That's Forza Horizon series, Sea of Thieves, and Minecraft. Does that look like Xbox is being serious?
Mm-hmm.
We ain't even got serious yet. That's what I'm saying. That's why we did that talk earlier. Microsoft is just now making Xbox Ultimate. You heard it from Satya Nadella. He said, we are now putting Xbox into our ecosystem of top priority. It is getting the 5-star treatment. So now it's not even going to be close. And this is why they're shook, man. This is why they out here looking and sounding stupid right now, because they're really just preparing themselves. I told everybody, didn't I? They were gonna fail y'all this generation. I don't care who they get to interview with. I don't care about none of that stuff. The end of the day, they gonna fail y'all this generation. Just know that I said it from day one. There ain't nothing they gonna do this generation. All their narratives will be destroyed this generation. And then hopefully, once all that stuff got destroyed, once all the narratives can't move no more, then maybe it might make them better gamers for the first time in their life. They'll understand what gaming truly is about. It's not about if I got the console that sell the most. I don't care about that. Like I've been saying, person who buys a Bugatti isn't worrying about he's the only one that has in a Bugatti on the highway. Dude in a Lambo ain't worrying about he's the only person on the highway with a Lambo. Like, I don't even pay. This is why I was telling the Beast today. I don't pay attention to what they be saying, bro. Because what they be saying don't even be making no sense. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
The type of stuff that they say, it doesn't even make sense. That's for clowns. That's for a circus activity. That's a circus audience. We over here, we talking about gaming. We talking about what we read. We talk about what we see. We talking about community. You know what I'm saying? They don't sound like you and J-Rock. They don't sound like that. So it's like you don't have to change up who you are naturally, man. People see. I get encouraged every day, man. Still get encouraged every day. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing that they always keep telling me is legal, man. Don't change. Don't change what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. To this day. So that feels good, man, because the Xbox community knows I swing hard for them. But when you go out here in the community and you actually talk to these people, man, like everything ain't got to be about debates.
Right.
My goodness, man.
Like I said, they want that love and hip hop of gaming. Like,
Yeah, I'm not up here. trying to take my high
Like,
heels off on stage.
right. What we gonna debate about preferences, subjective subjects, and all this? Like, come
Facts.
on,
I
man.
don't
What you
care.
like is what you like.
There you go, bro. If you like to
What
play
I like is what I like. No
facts.
amount of evidence is gonna change you to my position. No amount of
Yeah.
evidence that you present is gonna put.
Hey, bro, you know what's
Let's stop
crazy about that? That's
Xbox
what's
makes sense to me, so I'm good.
right.
I don't have to go nowhere else. It makes sense to me.
That's what's
Right.
crazy though, bro. Nobody, I don't go up there to argue with nobody. It's like I said, just because I'm a newer dude, you figure you're gonna say all this stupid shit, this stupid stuff to me. I wouldn't let people talk to me like that in real life. So that's why I got a mean habit of getting in them comments and checking people, man. Because in
Right.
real life, you're
Now,
not
man,
gonna do that, bro.
Here's the
So
thing, Beast. Here's the
yeah,
thing, Beast. If you just put it like this. If you was a blood, right, and you walk into a crowd of Crips on purpose, my only question to you is, you think there's gonna be some handshaking going on in that situation?
heck no.
So it's like this. You grown, bro, and I'm not here to insult your intelligence.
Hey, but I don't go to them. Let's get that straight. They come to me. I don't go to them.
Hey, look, then I'm gonna go about it two ways. I've said this too.
Right.
That's why I said I put my flag down. So what does that mean? You make a territory mark, right? Boom.
Right.
So if I put my territory down, boom. You come in my yard, right? And I got no trespassing signs. You know legally what I can do to you.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying? So either way, I'm controlling my ground, right?
Right.
I'm not going over there to you. And guess what? You can't walk on my property. So
right.
I'm doing that so that peace remains. Because these dudes ain't about peace. They ain't about harmonizing. They're about being stupid and being clownish, put makeup on, dresses and skirts on. I'm not into that. I'm not into drag queening. That ain't my type of stuff. Right?
Facts. When I first started, bro. Now, when I first started, before I kind of got a little view of how stuff worked, now I will go out my way to comment on people's stuff. But now I've learned, over these couple of months, like if I say something, they're gonna just have their little troll of horses or whatever to comment and dog pile. So I've learned. So you can look at my older posts from my newer stuff, even my older videos.
You see the change. You know what I've proven on Twitter multiple times? You know what's funny is that you don't even have to mention anything about PlayStation, bro. All you have to do is say something good about Xbox. Once you learn that trade, see, you can't. It's like Jadakiss said, MJ of the Pro Tools, Phil Jackson of the Flow, and I can't coach you, right? I'm not gonna sit up here and tell people how to do this stuff, how to maneuver in a room full of vultures, and you claim to be a grown man, and you on social media. Like, this is too easy. This is social media, so it's harmless. It's not like we can physically meet each other and put ourselves in a boxing ring and let's see who got the better skills. That ain't happening, bro. We already know the outcome of that type of stuff. I'm confident. You see what I'm saying? I'm very confident. So that ain't even up for a conversation. So if I could put my keyboard down, grab my mouse, or get on my phone and put it in silent mode and just text away, that's easy.
Facts.
They made it a lot easier for me. So why would I sit up here, get blisters on my thumbs, texting to another man on social media? I mean, let's just think about it like that. See, that's a reality that has never existed with me. So therefore, I don't even entertain that reality with other men. We're talking about other men, bro.
Right. So you see what I see to say to him now, though?
Beast, on top of other men, we're talking about video games. So that even drops it even more worse, J-Rock. So at the end of the day, man, legal gonna do what he do. I'm doing what I'm doing. I don't really care about what other people are doing. They can have you know what? They can do a 1,000,000-man march on Spaces. I ain't going nowhere. I'm at work. I ain't walking nowhere with a bunch of Negroes. I'm good. You see what I'm saying? It's too hot in Texas. I'll stand in this tree. I'm good. I'm in this AC. I don't care what they do over there. They can get a 1,000 PlayStation fans and get a shed, put some lights up, and serve Kool-Aid. They can repeat their E3 performance. Their PlayStation show. They can repeat that. Get the flute man and get the little banjo guy up there. They can duplicate that. I don't care what they doing over there, man. They can make YouTube channels and diss Xbox all day long. I don't care. I don't watch them. They don't entertain me. So
we don't right. We're not seeking their validation for anything. Okay.
Exactly. Just
there ain't nobody to validate us.
Right.
To validate or invalidate us.
Exactly. You done seen somebody come right up on my channel, right? I ain't mention his name. He know who he is. If he hears this, makes himself known. And I had to tell, the chat room had to tell me who he was. So I go to Twitter clowning him. And I'm like, yo, man, I'm laughing because I don't even know who you are. They telling me you this YouTuber. And I don't know. I don't care. You think because you got a YouTube channel, like, is that supposed to intimidate me? No, you don't know who I am, bro. Like, that stuff to me, that's puny stuff. That don't mean nothing.
And you see, bro, and this is why I'm going away from I find myself doing less bickering and more like, okay, bro, next time you see me in one of these little spaces, whatever, bro, just gonna talk to me like a man, bro. Let's talk some intellect, like some real shit. The minute it goes left, like today, I just started cutting it short because I know how people do. If I see you're not trying to talk and discuss games, you're not trying to get to a resolution or a point, I'm not trying to hear that, man. Like, I ain't trying to hear that. So what I'm gonna start doing with these dudes, bro, like I told them today, anytime they start trying to pull y'all off course, bro, and they're trying to take it somewhere else, man, cut it short. Stop giving these dudes air. And it's what we was talking about today. Stop giving the cold dudes and all these corny guys airtime, bro. Control your own narrative. Talk about Xbox.
I'm gonna say this. Yeah. I'm only gonna say this once, right? That's not what they're about. All right. You're not gonna change the way this stuff is deep, man. Like, it's deeper than what you see on Twitter. These are the same clowns that came out for Facebook with those gaming groups on Facebook and all this other stuff 8-9 years ago. That didn't work out. You see what I'm saying? So now they on Twitter forming up around each other. It's the same clique. This ain't nothing different. The beautiful thing is they're seeing more new Xbox people like you and JyzalGamingTV emerging than they are even out of their own camp. That's what's irritating them. They stuck around these same weaklings and ducklings and little donkeys in their community that they've been knowing. They're not meeting new people. You know, they're not meeting new people, and a lot of their community are just watchers, bro. They're just watchers and followers. That's all they do. And as long as they get entertained by those clowns calling Xbox a dumb platform and all that, they're going to put a like on it, even if it don't make sense. You just got to understand something. That's the community over there. So, like I said, I don't entertain it. I don't even have to bring them up. I just see what Sony's doing. I talk about it. I see what Microsoft's doing. We talk about it. And at the end of the day, we drop our microphones, we walk away. You don't see the legal carrying over what he talked about on Twitter. I don't have to. I come up with a new subject. Me and JyzalRock talk about, we watch tomorrow. JyzalRock's gonna put something up, exposing. He ain't gonna bring up this channel. He ain't gonna bring up what we talked about. Whatever. When we get off of here, it's a new day. What they do, they hold on to dumb stuff. That's why you can't have a gaming talk with them. You keep talking to them and they bringing up stuff in 2015. Well, why come y'all didn't support Quantum Break? You asking me that in 2021? Damn. Are y'all stuck in the past? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, today, let's talk about today. Let's talk about why you ain't got no games today. You know what I'm saying? Today. And it's sad because your games aren't even going to be better. They're not even going to look better. They're not even going to impress anybody, really. But y'all, so just get ready. Like I said, those Metacritic scores for Xbox are going to be in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? That's going to make y'all mad. Xbox games are going to look better than your PlayStation 5 games. That's going to make y'all mad. Right now, a freaking beta game is getting more noise than any game than all the games on PlayStation combined. A beta
that released this year, right?
Right. A damn beta, man, is getting more buzz than all y'all games combined. Like, at this point, man, be happy that you're an Xbox gamer. This is what all I gotta say. We're gonna get off of here. Be happy you're an Xbox gamer. Be happy that the start of next month, you're gonna start getting up to 6 games to pick of your delight, maybe even more than that. By the end of this year, you're gonna have 6 games, new games to play. We all know where the Masters is gonna be on. Forza Horizon 5 and what is it? Back for Blood. We already know. Back for Blood is gonna be a Game Pass killer. Good luck, PlayStation fans. Good luck. That's all I gotta say on that one. Forza Horizon 5 about to sell out the charts. Good luck trying to catch that one. Halo Infinite, get ready for a worldwide celebration. Good luck. And you know what's dumb? I even hear some of y'all haters out here talking about Halo 4 ain't even in 4K native. Game ain't out yet, dummy. The game ain't out yet. Don't be a dummy so fast. Don't be a dummy so fast. And even if it isn't, it still looks better than any multiplayer game y'all ever had.
Yo, facts. Do you know what's crazy?
The game looks glorious. It looks, it's glorious, victorious. Like, it's not even funny that our beta game destroys all your games. All your games on PlayStation 5. The beta destroys all them games. I've seen it. I've looked at it. Even when they start the Spartans off on the main board, when the Spartan comes up to your TV, you're like, damn.
Crazy.
You see the armor and everything. You see everything.
Wow.
You see the Teflon, all that stuff. It's crazy, man. We getting out of here. Yo, Beast, let them know where they can find you at, man.
Oh yeah, man. You know, Beast the Truth. Got my little YouTube channel, whatever, that I started a couple of months ago. Man, my earlier work a little silly, but it's still facts or whatever, getting a little more serious. But you know, same name on Twitter, Beast the Truth, man. You know, I'm doing the same thing I do here, man. I have conversations with grown men, not fanboys, to talk that real stuff, man. You know, I'm gonna keep it at that.
Thank you for
That's
reaching out to me, man. And me and JyzalGamingTV and the realist and Technoblast that's not here, we appreciate you coming up on here, man. Anytime, and like I said, I extend my hand. Anytime you want me to guest up on your show and talk gaming, man, just hit me up, bro. JyzalGamingTV, where can they find you at, man?
Man, they can always find me on Twitter, man. Same place as always, man. JyzalGamingTV. I don't got nothing fancy, no YouTube channel yet. I might do one.
Fact,
Nothing
is Jadakiss.
man.
JyzalGamingTV is Jadakiss on the verses. I don't do Instagram. I don't do
I don't do Facebook. I don't do nothing else, man.
I don't do none of that. This is what I do. Hey, yo, man, I just want to say appreciate y'all too. Thank y'all for coming in, you know, trying to change up some things, man. We need that. And you know, our community's good, man. We know that. And like I said, man, y'all always keep it gaming. Y'all know what I'm about to say. Keep it gaming, bro. Man. Chase the one up in life, man. It's the new legal. Represent Di-RRec Gaming. It's Beast the Truth. It's JyzalGaming. It's Eli the Realist. It's Six Slayer Technoblast, man. And it's the chat room. It's the mighty chat room. It's 9 Foot. It's Deli Jerome. It's Mr. Kima. It's Sakata. It's damn. Hold on. It's look, and Jeremy Merchant trying to be funny. Jeremy Merchant, I'm gonna be funny. Game Trailblazers. Who else? Radiance 96, Emmanuel A1, JCon 79. Hey man, we just want to say, Lovey's Honeycomb. Let me see. Hey man, hold on. Malik Weeks, my man Malik Weeks. Rain G4 in the building. 100, Mr. 100 of Intro Media Gaming, stopping by. Dr. Vaca of Intro Media Gaming, stopping by. Marquise Harold in the building. Yo, did I say Emmanuel A1? Emmanuel A1.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, of course, Six Slayer. And that's it, man. Like, we had a good, thank y'all for coming in. That's all we said. It was supposed to be quick, but these two guys came in, so we extended it. And it's all good. It's all love. But we out of here, y'all. Until next time. Sorry about the delay. Like I said, man, it's been a busy week. As y'all see, Technoblast, Six Slayer, still busy, man. But I'm thankful for JyzalGaming and Beast of Truth coming up in here, holding it.
For sure, brother.
Thank y'all so much for coming by. Until next time, y'all keep it real, keep it safe. God bless and peace. We out of here.
All right, Lord bless.